Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first. I already fucked it up. Welcome to the first episode of This Week in Geek of 2023, and we're back to normal. My name is Ren, and I am joined, as things have to be, by my good co-host Zach Hope. How you doing today, Zach? How you doing this brand new year?
I'm good, man. This year already sucks, but we're good. We're good, man.
Yeah,
But I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about Ezra Killer, as we were joking
Ezra
around
Miller.
yesterday
Yeah, that's an
because of
inside joke.
my
Inside joke.
mistyping. But yeah, dude, this is the DCU. What's going on?
What is
Let's
going
figure this
on?
shit out.
It's still a mess. 2 months later, and it's still a
James
mess.
Gunn's just got to announce it, dude. They just
Yeah,
I know it's this month. I know it'll probably be the topic next week. Knowing
seven
us,
days in. 7 days
they'll
in.
probably announce it today, right after
Yeah,
the
after
show.
the show. Exactly.
Um,
He's watching right now, so he can be aware when the show ends. So he
yeah,
then drops a tweet.
he's like, I cannot wait to unveil
The
exactly
Hollywood
the entire
Reporter,
thing.
Variety, Deadline, they're all watching right now. They're the one.
Yeah.
They're all watching on the same computer. So there are one viewer right now, and they're all eagle-eyed,
Mm-hmm.
ready to press publish
Yep.
on the article.
Exactly. Exactly,
But
man.
before all those major announcements, before this year gets even crazier, welcome everyone to This Week in Geek. Thank you for joining us, whether you're watching us live, whether you're listening to us on Spotify, doing your commute, your jog, your workout, you're crushing at the gym. Thank you for finding us, however you're finding us. And in case you don't know how this show works, it's pretty simple. First, Zach and I are going to run through our weekly ranking. That's when we look back on everything we watched this past week and rank it from worst to best. We then highlight your weekly rankings if you want to leave them on the live chat at the moment, as we are in that section of the show. If you come in late, just leave it to next week. And after that, we're going to go into our main topic. That's the topic you see on the title, that's the topic you see on the thumbnail. And suffice it to say, there's a lot to talk about. And then perhaps the funnest part of the show is when we answer your questions. And there's three ways of leaving questions. That's on the community tab. There's a post there for you to leave your questions. And by the way, just questions. No weekly rankings, no comments. Comments and interactions are for the chats. Just leave questions, please, because it just makes it easier to everyone. Um, when we go to the community tab, just your questions. Or if you want to actively support the channel as you ask great questions, there's a tip link in the description or the super chat option. We will guarantee your question is answered. On the community tab, we'll do our best to get to it before the show is over. But in case we can't do it, there's a guaranteed way of answering your question. That's through the tip link or super chat. So, with all that out of the way, all the house cleaning done, without any further ado, let's get started. And Zach, do you want to get us started with your weekly rankings since you weren't
Yeah,
here
I can
last
kick it
week?
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kick it off. Here we go. So
All
I'm not
right.
gonna do everything because technically I haven't. I mean, we've been gone for a while, so I've watched a
Yeah.
lot of movies. I'm not kicking off. I'm just kicking off what I've watched in the new year because we'd be here all fucking morning. So
Exactly.
we're not doing that, and it's not Christmas anymore. So, um, at the bottom, Megan. It's a good movie.
Ooh,
I enjoyed it for what it was. I
I
didn't
see it
love it
Tuesday.
as much as everyone else's. I honestly thought I was gonna be in the minority, like James, our friend Real James, who did not like it.
Mhm.
But I liked it. It was fun. Like I didn't hate it. It should have been rated R though. I that was my biggest takeaway of watching
Oh,
the movie was this
okay.
should be rated R. Specifically in the way they shoot the kills and everything like that. It looks like it was very much edited down. But besides that, I liked it. It was fun.
Is there anything
It's
post credits or mid credits or anything?
Honestly, I walked away
Okay,
right after the
fair
credits.
enough.
So I wouldn't know. Maybe there is. I'm sure it's somewhere out there on the
I'll
internet.
ask around because you guys got it
Yeah.
this week. We only got it next week. I mean, I'm going to
Hmm.
a press screening and I'm only watching it
Yeah.
next week.
I don't know. I don't know why. Is that in Portugal or are you going back for the?
Either way, either way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So and then up next, these next two things. Now I'm not gonna rank. I did watch a majority of the Harry Potter movies. I'm gonna finish my marathon
Oh,
today.
nice.
But I'm not going to rank them within like all separate because I just love them. But I kind of spoiled my number one. At my number two is Strange Days. I fucking love this movie. I love this movie. This is a
Ah,
cool
yeah.
1995, Catherine Bigelow directed, James Cameron written, sci-fi crime noir movie. It is on HBO Max right now in the States. If you have never watched this, I highly recommend it because you can't buy it on physical media out here. And only if you can't buy it on Blu-ray, you can't even buy it streaming. Like, it is insane to actually find this movie, but it's a very unique movie and it's very way ahead of its time. And also, it's a great New Year's movie. It takes place on the eve of
Yeah,
New Year's Eve
true.
on 1999. So like, this is my New Year's Day tradition, but I highly recommend this movie. You got Ray Fiennes in here,
Angela
fucking
Bassett.
very young Angela Bassett as well. So don't really read into what it is. It's just about a dude who deals in like virtual reality type of situations and comes about a conspiracy theory, and that's about all you need to know. But there's these POV shots in this movie that are very unique. So I fucking love this movie. You'll see a video from me actually on Tuesday talking about this. I did a video essay, so or maybe
Oh, nice.
Monday. I can't remember which day I posted it for, Monday or Tuesday. But my number one of the week is the Harry Potters. I decided,
All of
I
them.
wanted to marathon something, and I did almost all of them. I didn't have time for the last two,
Okay.
but I'm gonna do that today, and I'm gonna show Cynthia the menu. I told her we're watching the menu
Ah,
today, but I
nice.
said we have to do it before dinner, and she goes, "Why? Why can't we watch it after dinner?" I said, "Because
Then
you're
you're
gonna
gonna get a
see something."
cheeseburger
Yeah, exactly. I was like, "You're gonna be hungry for something at the very
or
end of the
something. Yeah.
movie, and I know that's what you're gonna want to eat for dinner. So we're
Mhm.
going to do this." And she goes, "Okay, fair enough." And I was like, "But I love Harry Potter. This is just it's just magic every time I go back and watch it. Like, and they're all perfect to me. Like, they're all perfect. I have my favorites, I have my least favorites, but it's just such a joyous experience, and I'm very excited to watch part one and part two of Deathly Hollows today because I love both of those. So, this is just an amazing franchise, and I've not. I know I rewatch them at least once a year, but I think I'm gonna start like every time on New Year's now. Like, it just feels
Mm,
like it feels great to start with a good series. I'm not
that's
gonna go
true.
with the fucking Fantastic Beast, but like, it feels great to do a good series. That's just like 8 movies. That's it. Don't gotta worry about the rest. Like, I would have done the MCU, but I would have been here
That's
till
more movies. Yeah.
yeah. It's way too much at this point. So, but yeah, man, that's my weekly ranking.
All right. I watched about the same, if not less than you, because all I'm going to include here is a movie I watched on New Year's Eve, a film I watched on New Year's Day, and then something I watched this week. And in last place, I'm going to have Lyle Lyle Crocodile. This was my last movie of 2022, and honestly, I was expecting much worse. What I can tell you is that it's not exactly a good movie, but I didn't mind watching it, and I wouldn't mind if it happens to be on. If someone I'm with wants to watch it, I wouldn't mind saying, "Yeah, sure, let's watch this."
A lot of kids
Because
like that movie.
it's super charming, super predictable, super formulaic, absolutely, but it's super charming. It's got a huge amount of heart. Honestly, the songs are the worst part because it's when that fucking crocodile talks with Shawn Mendes' voice. Whenever he's not talking, he's absolutely adorable, and you want to protect him against all odds. So honestly, I'm not going to give it a glowing recommendation, but I didn't mind it. I didn't. I really didn't mind it. On top of that, I'm going to have Netflix's first movie of the year, my first review of the year of 2023, The Pale Blue Eye, a dark detective thriller starring Christian Bale. It has an amazing cast. It's very atmospheric, it's very moody, dark, stoic. If you like the genre, if you want to see a little bit of the stories that kind of inspired Edgar Allan Poe to essentially birth the genre as you know it today, this is a solid watch. I don't think the script kind of lives up to the quality of its cast, but in general, this is a good watch. This is a solid film that gives off an encouraging start to 2023. On top of that, I just remember something else that I watched. I'm going to have Treason. This is the Netflix miniseries starring Charlie Cox, Una
I
Chaplin,
need to watch
Olga
this.
Kurylenko. It's a breeze to watch, man. It's 5 episodes done and done. There's a few decisions towards the end that I'm not sure they serve the story in the best way, but it's a really, really good watch. If you enjoy your more gritty, cold spy thrillers, not super action packed, but more on the cerebral side, this was really, really enjoyable. I should also say I started watching Severance. I watched the first 2 episodes so far. First episode, I'm like, okay, I'm not sure
That's
if
how
I'm
I
digging
felt.
this. And then
Yep.
the ending of the first episode really gets you interested. And then the second episode, in part, still feels more of the same, but it uncovers interesting layers. So I will say that. And by the way, I'm watching something this week that I cannot talk about, so you make up your own minds about what it is. Tuesday, there's a review dropping for it on Tuesday. But my number one, I started 2023. The first thing that I watched was the best movie of 2022, Top Gun Maverick. It holds up at home, holds up in the cinema. I love this movie. I absolutely adore it. Oh, and I didn't rank it. I would probably rank it just below Treason. But I took my parents to see Avatar: The Way of Water this week. They like it much more than me. I will say that. um,
A lot of people do.
yeah, and I like the movie. Everyone knows I like the movie. I'm very positive on it. But yeah, I forgot to rank that. But number one, Top Gun Maverick, best movie of 2022, bar none. I mean, there's one other movie that can maybe challenge it, but I'll make my mind up about that on Tuesday, on Wednesday when I see it again on the big screen. All right, and for our chat, good friend of the show, Geek OP, my weekly ranking, Strange World, number 5, Avatar: The Way of Water, number 4, The 70s Show. Did you watch the trailer for that 90s show?
It looks terrible. I didn't even
It
get through
looks
it.
absolutely awful. Like, nah, it's not as bad as Gotham Knights, but yeah, not much better
Never
either.
even saw the trailer for that, but yeah, that 90s.
Oh, no, 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 no. You gotta watch the trailer for Gotham Knights. Don't watch the show, obviously. Do not watch the show, but you gotta watch the trailer for Gotham Knights.
Is
You
it? Did it
gotta
come
watch the
out?
trailer.
It came out. The show came out.
No, no, it has not. Um, but yeah, you gotta watch the trailer for that, man. You gotta watch the trailer
When's the
for
show
that.
actually come out?
I have no. I Now that you brought it up, I'm like, when the trailer came out, I assumed it was like
I'm gonna
the
look it up.
fall of 2022. But yeah,
2023. No,
2023, so probably
March.
fall as well.
March
Yeah.
2023. Hmm.
Gigo EP also says number 3, Glass Onion. Number 2, Oh Brother Where Art Thou? One of the worst Coen Brothers movies for me. Number 1, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, my favorite animated movie of 2023, and the best Shrek related film since Shrek 2. Even better than Shrek 2 as well. For me, Glass Onion definitely comes in number 1 out of all of those. Strange World, Way of Water, 70 Show I didn't watch. Yeah, yeah, Glass Onion is definitely the best out of the three for me. So yeah. All right. Nathan Madigan. White Noise, Mixed Execution. Number 3, Woman King. Number 2, Tar. Number 1, Nightcrawler. I love that modern pick. I
I have
love that
not
number
watched
1
that in
pick.
a while. I need
Right?
to
Me
watch that
neither.
again.
Like at least over a year because I know I didn't watch it in 2022.
Oh,
I'm
it's
not
been
sure
a
if in
couple
2025 I
years
watched
for
it.
me. I used to watch that like
Yeah.
consistently for a while. I
I,
love
I
that
would
movie.
bet that it's been like 2-3 years for me,
Hmm.
but I just can't be sure if I
I
watched
remember
it in
trying to find that movie in theaters, like
2021.
pissed me off. It was so hard to find out here. Like it
Really?
never went wide out where I was at. So I had to go
Oh,
to some
okay.
ghetto ass theater with my friend. And then their popcorn was shit. And we got there really early. So what we did was we ended up leaving. We went and got Panda Express. I don't know if do you guys have Panda Express out there? You know what Panda Express is? It's like fast food,
Yeah,
Chinese food. I don't
we
know.
don't
Okay.
have it, but I know what it
Okay.
is.
Okay. So we went and
I
got it
watch
and,
movies, so
and
I know
snuck
what
it
it
in.
is.
Okay. Okay, good. Because I'm like, I wonder if they have that out there. Because
Yeah,
like
but even if we
McDonald's
don't,
is a
like,
custom.
I'm too
Everyone knows what
ingrained
that
in
is.
American culture because of movies, TV shows, and knowing you
Yeah.
guys. I know a lot of stuff.
So okay, fair enough. But yeah, we snuck that in there. I love that movie. That
You
movie's
know,
so fucking good.
Nightcrawler.
We
This was
should have
before
went.
I ever had a YouTube channel. Before I even thought of having a YouTube channel, I was way too comfortable just watching. Um, Nightcrawler was the first movie I ever attempted like taking notes on.
Oh really?
I took like a little notepad with me, um, notebook, not notepad, notebook and a little pen, and then I started scribbling. I'm like, I can't do this and watch the movie, and then I can't
Yeah.
watch the movie and write clearly for me to read.
Have you ever seen the
afterwards. So,
critics with like the light pens at
yes, you
screenings?
know,
Yeah.
Luke Kearfield, our friend from
Yeah.
YouTube. I've been to many screenings with him. He does that.
Oh,
That's
does
just
he?
his default. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
I don't
So
know.
very
Dude,
much
I
respect to him.
try I bought a notebook, I remember like 2 years ago, and I took it to Sundance. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. Nah.
Yeah,
It lasted
exactly.
like
No.
2 movies. And then I'm like,
Oh,
the second the movie
lasted more
ends.
than me. I
Yeah.
lasted the first 5 minutes of Night's
The
Crawler.
second the movie ended, I walked out and I was just like starting to type my notes in my phone. I'm like, whatever my first thoughts are. So
Yeah,
if I don't remember it, I don't
that's the
remember
that's
it.
the that's a good strategy. Dominican Scott, number 10, X-Men Last Stand. Number 9, Super Sentai Time Ranger. Probably the best Sentai series, maybe. It's definitely the best Power Ranger series, which you have at number 8, Time Force. Number 7, Halloween 2. Number 6, Halloween Kills. Number 5, Halloween Ends. Hot takes, hot takes, hot takes. Number 4, The Menu. Number 3, Matrix Resurrections. Another hot take. Number 2, Chicago. Never seen it. And number 1, The Northman. Well, at least we agree on the number 1 is The Northman. I definitely agree with that. Um, Ricardo Silvi's weekly ranking number 5, The Bad Batch season. You know what, Zach? I watched the first 2 episodes of Bad Batch. It's definitely an improvement.
Yep.
We're definitely improving on the first season.
I've seen a lot
Um,
of the first season or the second season.
I still have them on my debut
Yeah.
account. I just
I will
didn't
say
share
this
it.
though. I'm not going to review them though. I reviewed the first 2 and it did shit. So I'm done. I'm just gonna enjoy it.
um,
Fuck it. I'm just
I
gonna
was just
enjoy it.
surprised because I'm like Wednesday. I was like, I promised I'd give it a shot, so I gave it a shot. And I watched the first 2 because they're very much like one story. So I'm like, okay, this ends on a
Wasn't it?
cliffhanger.
Isn't it cool? I like that they're like robbing Count Dooku, like his
Yes,
man.
yeah,
Like I thought that
this
that's a
house and
really
all
cool
that.
idea to
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
I was like, this is actually kind of cool.
it's dope.
Like I was, yeah, I was like, holy shit.
Um, but yeah, I thought it was a definite improvement. Like if this was the first season, if this was just how the series started, this kind of storytelling, I'd be very much more into it than I am right now.
hmm The whole
Um,
season's
I
like that.
okay, okay, because I'm
From what
gonna
I've
give it the third
watched,
episode.
I'm
I'm
like
gonna.
7 in. I'm like 7 in.
Oh, I thought you
So
had to watch all 14. Okay.
no, I haven't had the time.
Um, yeah, I understand. I'm not gonna bother watching it on the debut. I'll just see them as they come out. And as soon as they failed me, as soon as there's something as bad as season 1, I'm out. Um,
Fair enough.
yeah, but yeah. Number 5, The Bad Batch season 2. Number 4, Fear Street 1666. Number 3, Wish Dragon. I wish I liked that one more. Number 2, Glass Onion, and number 1, John Wick rewatch. I need to start those rewatches as well. I've only ever reviewed the third John Wick on my channel. Well, no, I reviewed the second one too. I'll probably review them again. Review the first one, re-review the second one, and just leave that original one with my short film attached to it, and then third again. But the first series I'm going to do is the Ant-Man series. I'll be re-reviewing the first Ant-Man and the second Ant-Man ahead of Quantumania, and then do John Wick, and then there's a lot of those I'll do this year. There's a ton of stuff is coming out. I'll re-review Captain Marvel, re-review both the Guardians movies, and all that. All right, and that is it for weekly rankings. Thank you everyone for sharing. All right, it's a new year, everyone, but it seems things are still the same. We're in it. We're in a new year, and we're still talking about the same shit. Because Ezra Miller, well, to be
Ezra
fair, he hasn't
Killer.
done anything at this point. Um,
He's in
he hasn't done
rehab,
anything this past.
right? Isn't he
He's in
supposed to be?
I mean, as far as I know, I'm gonna
Dude,
believe
what do you
what I'm
think? What are
told.
the chances Warner Brothers just has him locked up somewhere and they're like, you are not leaving till this movie's
In
out?
Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. He's in
I
Joker
love
too.
that visual.
He's in Joker too.
Well, he is Joker. He's the real Joker.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hang on, before we
Do you
continue,
think they
Luis
all
Luciano. Mhm.
oh
Go
go
ahead,
forward
finish
with
it.
this. I
Finish.
was gonna
No,
say,
no,
do
no.
you think
Finish
they
it.
all
Finish.
like talk about him behind the scenes? Like the cast? Like, what do you think Michael Keaton's opinion is of him? Because like there's talk that he was kind of a
Yeah.
shithead on set.
I mean, I think Michael Keaton is at that point in his life where this was just another job,
And he
and
just
he was
does
handsomely
money.
paid. So he was like, "I'll put up with it because I don't have to spend too much time with this guy."
Yeah.
You know, that's what that's what
Okay.
I thought.
That's what I was saying.
Uh,
Do you think?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got
No, no,
another
no.
question. I was
Okay.
gonna say, do you think Sasha Kaye blames him
Mm.
for everything? Because she's done. I mean, this is it. Like, I mean, from what I understand, like, which sucks.
I don't know because at that point the her being done factor I wouldn't say is on Ezra Miller. Um,
I
the
think
way
he
I
killed.
see it, at
I
least.
I think he killed the whole DC universe. I think it's a part of that.
He helped. I think he
He
helped, but I don't
he
think he
he
killed
helped
it.
put that thing in the fucking ground.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's funny to
That
me.
that thing was already in the fucking ground, and then he helped like throw in the dirt with a shovel.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh, Luis Feliciano, number 3, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Number 2, Glass Onion, and number 1, Triangle of Sadness.
I still need to watch
I
Triangle.
like this movie, but I definitely would put it as my number 3 out of these options that you gave us. Definitely my least favorite out of these 3, because if you like Triangle of Sadness, the menu is the superior version of that, and much more broad, much deeper, and all that. So going back to our main topic, everyone. It seems that WB executives are considering keeping Ezra Miller on board as the Flash for the DCU after the Flash. Now, before we go any deeper into the report, before we start to editorialize and give our opinions and debate, let's just state what we know as of right now, that this is not only just a rumor, but even if it is true, all we know is that they're considering it. It's pretty stupid to even consider it. I know, I understand that, I agree with you, but truth of the matter is, they're still just considering it. We don't know if James Gunn is one of those people. We don't know if Peter Safran is one of those people. We don't know if David Zaslav is one of those people. We don't know where anyone stands. I mean, obviously, Ezra Miller, I assume he wants to stick around and not go to jail, but let's not assume anything. All right. With that stated, with that as our frame of reference, this is stupid. I don't know how you even in fact, even if you are considered, I don't know how you let this come out, because you just brought Henry Cavill back, you just took him out again, you discontinued Black Adam, you're discontinuing Aquaman, you discontinued Wonder Woman, you're supposedly going to discontinue Shazam, but this guy, like, a lot of people call him a PR nightmare, and he very much is a PR nightmare. This dude is a criminal out on the loose. How do you even consider taking everyone else out? But this dude, yeah, he might stick around. We might want him. Forget the fact that you want the Flash. You can keep the Flash character. It doesn't need to be this menace to society out on the loose. So I just find it baffling that this is even news right now. Because essentially, as this report states, Ezra Miller has been keeping quiet. He has not been on headlines and all that. And he he is going to rehab and all that. And because of that, because he hasn't fucked up, because he hasn't been on headlines, because he hasn't been the event being covered on the news, they're saying, you know what, he's doing well. So essentially they're rewarding him for not fucking up. They're rewarding him for being a decent, very common human being. And I just don't, that just doesn't not fit in my head. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the crazy one, but I certainly don't go out to parties throwing chairs at people. I certainly don't break into homes to steal liquor. What else has he done? I don't even remember. I
Assault
don't even go to
people, assault,
assault
choke a
people in
woman.
the choke slam. Like, you want to fight,
Yeah.
bro? And like, I don't do that, so I shouldn't be rewarded for doing that.
Dude, you know
Zach,
one day it's going to come out of everything he's ever said, like, especially on set. Like, you know someone's filmed what
yeah.
he's done on set.
Sasha Kaye, do it. Sasha Kaye, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. ruin it. No, I'm kidding. But
He's
what
already
am I
ruined.
missing something, Zach? Am I missing something, Zach?
No, I think honestly, I don't think it's James Gunn saying this. I think it's probably a couple executives saying we wouldn't mind keeping him. We wouldn't, because if his movie makes money, we'd want to keep him. And that's the thing. Out of all the DCU movies this year, I mean, Aquaman probably has the highest chance of making the most just because the first one made $1 billion.
Exactly.
But right there with it is The Flash. No matter what it is, I mean, a majority of the people I
That's
talk
true.
to who are not in our space do not know about Ezra Miller. Now, as it gets closer to release, I guarantee there will be stuff on TikTok and people mentioning it. So then it starts going more to the general public. But why are people going to go see The Flash? It's not for Ezra Miller. It's for Keaton. It is for fucking Michael Keaton's Batman. That's just true.
Everyone that I see excited for this movie is for Keaton. That's the first thing they mention. I'm excited for this because of Michael Keaton.
Well, and that's what's up. Actually, you know why? I can't even. I'm excited because I love the fucking character of the Flash, but I do not like Ezra Miller, and I haven't really liked his interpretation of the Flash. So it's hard. Like,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
double-edged sword for me. Like,
Mhm.
it's gonna be cool for me to see Keaton back. I love the character of the Flash. He's top 4 fucking DC characters for me, but he's played by Ezra Killer. I'm gonna keep saying that now because that is like the best thing that I've ever
And never
mistyped.
explain the joke. Never explain
No,
the
I'm
joke.
never explaining
Just
why
between
it was,
those. Just between us.
but it's things like that that I really think are gonna be interesting. And I think Andy Muschietti probably did a good job. He probably did a
Oh,
good
I'm sure
job.
they
I
did.
mean, I mean that's the truth. But you cannot keep him. You can't. You
Yeah.
fucking can't. I don't care if the execs are like James Gunn. Out of everything you do, you have to keep him. I hope Gunn just goes, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't want the job. Like,
Yeah.
because I get it in the streamline. If Ezra Miller had never done any of this, even if I didn't like his role, and say James Gunn was still rebooting everything, but he was using Flashpoint as that reboot to reboot everything and just keep him. So it's like people still have something to that world. Fine. I guess, but you can't keep him after what he's done. You just can't. It's a PR nightmare. I think a lot of people have said it's a disaster waiting to happen again.
Yeah.
Because even if he's getting help, he's not getting help because he wanted to get help. He's getting help because the studio made him go. Probably because the studio was gonna sue him for a lot of fucking money. Yeah.
100%.
Like
And
that
they
was
still
one of the
might
reasons,
because
and they still
he
might.
still did all of those things
Yeah,
while under contract. I mean, he doesn't belong to it, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah.
he
Like
was
honestly,
ruining their image and
yeah.
reputation.
Fantastic Beasts 3 would have made a lot more money if it wasn't for him. Not saying he was the thing that
Yeah.
hurt it, but because they couldn't market it as well.
It
They
wasn't
couldn't
the
push
only
it as
thing
well.
that hurt it.
No.
That's for sure.
There was a
Yeah.
lot of things that hurt that movie, but that's
Yeah.
one of them. And the Flash should have easily made $1 billion. Should have easily. I still think it can if it's a great movie and people go to see it, but it has a lot of competition this summer. And when people want to pay with their money,
Everyone we know has been seeing the movie is raving about it, but at the same time they're confirming all the things you and I know about this movie that has left us not very excited at all.
yeah, exactly. So, and it comes out the same day as Elemental. Which one would I rather go see? I,
Elemental.
yeah, exactly. What comes out the week before? Transformers, which
Yeah, I'll
the
watch
person
that
I know
before
that's
Flash
actually
too.
seen both of those movies, he did like the Flash more, so I'll leave it at that. But um, after that, the week after that, I think what another big film comes out, isn't it? It's like Spider Verse, Transformers, Elemental, and the Flash, and I think Indiana Jones. Right? I could be wrong, but I'm
Indiana
pretty
Jones,
sure.
I believe, is mid June.
I
Hang
thought it
on,
was July.
June
I could be wrong. I don't remember. They're all like June and July are really stacked on movies.
June 2023 movies. Hang on. So June 2nd, Spider Verse. June
Okay.
9th, Transformers.
Okay.
June 16th, Elemental and the Flash. Um, June 23rd, Asteroid City. Asteroid City, obviously, it's not going to
Yeah,
be
it's
a
not
major
gonna.
blockbuster, but for people like you and me and everyone joining us on the chat, like this is a movie everyone here wants to see. And then Indiana Jones is June 30th. So I was right that it was in June, but you
Okay.
weren't off because it's literally one day away from July.
Do you
But
think
then
anyone's?
into July it
Yeah.
continues because Insidious on July 7th, Mission Impossible July 14th, Barbie and Oppenheimer on the 21st, The Marvels on the 28th. Like the summer is insane.
Dude, I'm
The
telling you,
summer is insane.
I am. There's no way Barbie and Oppenheimer stay the same.
You
I know
don't
they're
think
different.
so?
I know
Which
they're
one most?
different. They're different demographics. I really don't think so. I think Oppenheimer's gonna move. Actually, no. I think Barbie will move because Nolan is too fucking. He will.
To
They will.
when?
I think August. I think Barbie will move to August
Okay.
because August is kind of dead. But August is one of
Let me
those
look
months
at
that if you have a
August.
really good movie at, I mean, I could be wrong. There could be a co. But I also think June, dude. I'm saying right
You
now.
have on the 4th of August, Teenage Mutant
Okay,
Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, Meg 2 The Trench, and Untitled Universal August 2023 event film. I
I'd
don't think
throw.
whatever this is coming
Yeah,
out.
I would
Then you
throw
got Haunted
Barbie.
Mansion, Gran Turismo, The Last Voyage of the Meteor on the 11th. Um, on the 18th, you got Blue Beetle and two other movies that I
Yeah.
don't know what they
No,
are.
because they
And
can't
then
throw it in there because I have Blue
25th,
Beetle.
maybe the 25th.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
don't
I
think
think
so.
they stick around. Right now, I think
Damn.
they stick around. I'm gonna bet against you.
And I think Elemental. Do you think Elemental sticks? I think they're dumb if they keep it there. I think they got to move it.
Uh
I know Pixar's usually in the summer, but I mean the last two Pixar movies, they need one to hit.
let's wait. Let's wait and
Why
see
you
if
think the
Ezra
Flash is
Miller
gonna get
fucks
moved
up
again?
anything more. Because if he fucks up anything more, the Flash is gonna move again.
I think it. I'll be honest. I think if he fucks up again and it's like a big fuck up, the film's not coming out. I
Oh,
think.
you think they just
I think one. I
done?
think they just done. Like
That
fuck
would
it,
be
just write it
such
off.
a loss for them.
Yeah,
That would
that
be.
movie's that's the most
It's not.
expensive
It's not even a
DC
loss,
film.
and obviously it would be on him, but
That
an
film's been
utter
what
waste
done
of
filming
money.
for 3
Yeah, I
years
mean,
now.
they keep delaying it and going back for reshoots because of the delays. So it just gives this impression of overcorrection, and then he's not helping. So you then have constant delays, and that raises up the interest on the payment for the film, and then you keep reshooting, so you spend more money on reshoots. Um, and then you got Ezra Miller who continuously fucks up. Let's say he fucks up again. What a waste of, because this has got to be on the billions at this point. Or at least over 500 million.
I think the movie the last I heard, I mean not including interest, the movie's like 330.
330. Okay, I'm shocked it's that low.
I mean that's
Low
what's out
under the
there. But
circumstances.
think about it. That's without marketing. That's without
That's
marketing.
without, yeah,
I
exactly. They
mean,
haven't started marketing at
it's not
all.
as
They,
expensive as Fast X
yeah,
yet. Because Fast X is
no,
what 400 without marketing, and that's just right
for,
now.
yeah, it's between. I think last time we heard something, it was between 380 and 400, if I'm not mistaken.
God damn, dude.
Something like that. Yeah.
What a waste of
And we
money.
got a trailer coming out next month. We got a trailer, baby.
We're getting that for Fast and
for,
Furious.
for
Oh
Fast
god.
X. Yeah, fasten your seatbelts.
I
Um,
It's gonna show the whole movie. It's gonna show the whole fucking
yeah.
movie.
I mean, the last one did.
Yeah. The
It's
whole movie.
gonna show. I mean, they're. You know what? I think I don't want to deviate from the subject, but I just want to say they're gonna keep hidden the fact that Brie Larson is an O'Connor. They're gonna keep hidden. It's gonna be so
100.
obvious.
She's an O'Connor. It's
She's an
100.
O'Connor.
I mean,
She's
I could
Tessa
go
O'Connor.
find it out. I think I know someone that saw it at a test
Go,
screening.
go.
I'm
Ask
gonna
away
ask.
then.
I'm gonna ask
Ask
around.
away in case they get back to you before the show is over, so we can confirm the
I'm
scoop.
gonna
You're getting a scoop today, one way or the other. You're getting a scoop.
Let me ask the one guy I know.
For this week in Geek, the first scoop of 2023. But yeah, I don't agree with this decision. If they go forward with it, which at this point nothing's confirmed, um, but it feels like they're going scorched earth. They're really banking on the fact that people will continue on their side. Their reputation will continue being glowing and all that. I don't agree with this at all. I think it's a very bad decision. I think it's a stupid decision. And I think the fact that this even comes out without David Zaslav going, no, he's not sticking around. Fuck that. Um, I think it's kind of shocking. I think it's kind of shocking. Um, and and it becomes dangerous if they're considering this to see a movie like this doing well, because if it does well for all the other reasons, because it's a good movie, because it has a lot of Michael Keaton, which it doesn't have a lot of Michael Keaton. For Ben Affleck, if he's still in there, or Gal Gadot, if she's still in there, or if he's still like, I don't know what's going on with this movie, but I'm really afraid that they take the wrong lessons from it if it is successful. And they go, this movie was successful because Ezra is the star. Haha, let's keep him
Yeah.
around. Like I was just having this conversation yesterday on a chat that we were talking about Inside Out 2, and then the possibility of Riley being gay in it. And then we were talking about, oh, but Disney are so afraid of having openly gay characters. And no, Ethan in Strange World, he was openly gay. And then the movie flopped, and a lot of people are going to think, oh, this movie flopped because of the gay character. I'm afraid Warner Brothers takes the opposite lesson from The Flash if it is successful and go, oh, this movie was successful, not because of a gay character, obviously, but because of Ezra Miller. So I don't want to see that. I want to see more Flash movies. I want to see this hero brought to the big screen, but I don't want to see it with this tainted reputation. I don't want to see it with this much baggage behind it, because it's dangerous baggage. Because essentially, what you'll be doing is continuing to do what the previous ownership and leadership at Warner Brothers has been doing for literal years, and that is enabling this behavior. And then you're rewarding a person for not misbehaving, and that just doesn't make sense to me. I don't see the logic at all in it. Um, so let's see if the Flash comes to theaters, if it is delayed again, if it is just thrown in the trash, if we get some clarification. We're going to see the James Gunn announcement, like Zach said earlier. We're going to get the Phase One, if they're going to call it that. They're not going to call it that.
What film? What do you think will be in there? Let's just say 5 movies here. Obviously,
Let's not answer
Superman.
that because there's questions about it on the
Oh, okay.
community.
All right. We'll wait.
Yeah. So I think this is baffling, and I think it's very wrong to even think this way. But Zach, your final thoughts on this as we move on to happier topics of discussion.
I hope I see the Flash and I still like it. I'll be honest. I still hope I see it because there is countless people on that film
Yeah,
other than him, and
thousands,
genuinely,
cast, crew.
like, yeah, cast, crew, and people who this is their first thing they've ever done. You know what I mean? Like, this is their first thing. Like Sasha Kaye, I don't know who the fuck she is, but this is her first fucking big thing. You know, so I hope this movie comes out. I hope people see it and they like it, but everyone acknowledges that Ezra Miller is a piece of shit. Like, honestly, when I review that movie, I will not even. I'm not. I'm gonna talk to. I'm gonna. I'm gonna mention that he's a piece of shit, and then I'm not gonna talk about his performance or anything. Even though it's gonna be tough because it is the Flash movie, and then I'll just talk about everything else.
Just ride the line and talk about the character himself, how he's
Yeah.
written and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
If anyone got that reference of the song I sang,
yeah,
you're awesome. You're one of the good
I
ones.
got it. So,
You're one of the real ones. It's only the real ones got that.
I'll talk about Ben Affleck being in it for 2 minutes.
Yeah, you just say, "Hi, I'm the Batman." Bye bye.
Yep.
And it goes away.
So,
all right,
it's gonna be something.
And with that, guys, it's up to you. Let us know your thoughts, whether you agree with this consideration, whether you don't, whether you see the pros and the cons. I generally don't see any pros. If it was a matter of there's no other actors in the world who could play the Flash, and that's just not the case. So yeah, now let's move on to your questions. And remember, we're only answering questions, no comments, no weekly rankings. And if you want to guarantee your question is answered, make sure you consider the tip link or the super chat option. And we start with our good friend Sodium285. Happy New Year, Ren and Zach. Happy New Year to you as well. Will you guys do a fan cast for James Gunn's DC Cinematic Universe? Since he seems to be rebooting everything except Ezra Miller. I don't know why him of all people might stay. The guy needs mental health first. Well, that last part we just speculated about. I don't do fan castings for like reboots or anything. I've done fan casting videos and I keep wanting to do them, but I usually do them like when the Batman came out. I did my fan cast for the Batman too. I did for the Fantastic Four. I did for the X-Men, but that's because we have an idea of how the MCU works. So that still fell in the parameters of how I like to do videos, the information I like to have, and what I like to go off from. The next fan casting, I guess I could maybe do Ant-Man 4 if that's going to be a thing. I mean, it really depends on what happens in that movie. But yeah, not right now, not for that. But I expect a lot of movies this year are going to be very good for fan castings, like for the next installment. Zach, are you planning on doing a fan cast?
No, that's your thing, man. If we ever
Okay,
do it
I
on the show,
appreciate
then
that.
yeah. I mean, if you want to make it a topic where like we like once James Gunn announces like there's no actors but we have
If
details,
he
then
exactly if he doesn't announce any actors, because at least one of the projects I expect an actor to be announced.
you think Superman?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they're going
I
to
agree.
announce Superman and they're going to say who's playing him. Not that I have any idea who is playing.
There's more questions about this, right? Because I have more thoughts
Okay,
on
okay,
that.
then let's
Okay,
not answer
I'll wait.
that.
So,
Good friend of the show, Andrew Seif. How well do you guys realistically think Barbie will do at the box office, particularly with the male audience? This is a very good question. I know you guys are excited for it, as am I, but most of my male friends are completely writing it off and will refuse to see it or simply being a movie about Barbie. But I have 6 months to convince them to go with me, and I'm not giving up. You're doing the Lord's work, my friend. This is a really good question, and honestly, I don't know, but I find that it's still a bit early in its marketing campaign to like have a good notion because like your friends, like my friends, the ones who aren't like in this field, who aren't following all the news and who aren't aware of everything, they aren't even aware of this movie. But when I describe it to them, they don't get super excited, but they're like, "Oh, that sounds actually really interesting." And it has Margot Robbie and it has Ryan Gosling because like everyone knows that guy doesn't take a paycheck. You know, he takes stuff that
he wants to
um
do.
artistically fulfills him exactly that he really wants to do. So I'm worried for the exact same thing as you because I get the exact same impression, but I also find that it's a bit early to um, to comment on its marketing boom because it hasn't had one. But has your impression been the same, Zach? Do you get a different idea from the people around?
Honestly, that's how a major. So like, I take the general public going audience is my friends and my
Mhm.
coworkers. When they all went and saw Avatar, or was it Avatar when Barbie came out? Is that the trailer? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Okay, all of them asked me, "What is this movie?" Because they're like, "This is weird." Like that trailer showed me
The
nothing. I
Barbie
was like,
movie.
"Well, it's a yeah." Well, I was like, "It's a teaser trailer. Like, this is what the concept is." And they're like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." If the next trailer does not show that concept,
Mhm.
they're gonna start hurting themselves because film fans are excited for this movie because of Greta Gerwig, Noah Baumbach, Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie. The general going audience will be like, "Oh, this is interesting." I'm wondering if the movie's PG-13 or PG because that's gonna affect our kids gonna go
Mm.
see this.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have a
yeah.
feeling it's gonna be PG. And I think
Same.
that's where that kids, because this will be a kid film, kids will be able to go see it, film fans will like it and get the notion, but you have to find that balance. And I think they will because it's Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig writing the script. But will people know that? Will
Yeah,
people
exactly.
know that?
It's
And I
like
think that's the
they
thing.
aren't names for the general
Yeah.
audience,
Because I'll tell you
unfortunately.
this, talking to all the general people, and I never thought I would ever hear this. I asked them just on fun because I know both trailers played. Which one did you like more? Which one would you rather see? Oppenheimer or Barbie? They all said Oppenheimer. Do you know why? They saw
Uh,
Christopher Nolan
yep.
and they said, I'm in. And that goes. So
Which is usually how it works.
yeah, because usually you ask me who's gonna win, Barbie would, because Barbie is the
Mhm.
bigger IP property. But because no one's doing that movie, it's a big thing. So I
Yeah.
think Barbie can do good. It really needs a good marketing campaign, and same thing for Oppenheimer. I mean, if Oppenheimer does not have a good marketing, which it's so far it's done pretty good, like the marketing
Yeah.
has, but if you don't continue that, which Universal sometimes has pretty shitty marketing,
True.
and same thing for Warner Brothers. The last few Warner Brothers movies have had terrible marketing. Which I know, there could be a bunch of different extremes to that, but they've had terrible marketing. I would think the last good Warner Brothers movie that had really good marketing was honestly Dune. I think Dune had the last good marketing. But also,
Yeah,
what if
that was very good.
Barbie premieres at Cannes Film Festival this year? I mean,
Oh.
that's
I
a
mean,
possibility.
it's
I don't.
way ahead of its release, so I wouldn't
Yeah,
count on it, for such a major release, but I mean, I don't know, it's possible.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's see. But I don't. I think as of right now, if you were to ask me what will it do opening weekend, I would say like $15 million, and that's
Wow.
low.
Okay.
But I think
Yeah.
depending on how the marketing continues, it could get a little bit better.
What's the budget on it?
God, do I want to
Probably
know? I'm 100. Oh
pretty.
my God, $100 million.
100.
Yeah, a hundred
I mean,
million dollars.
that's not the highest, but it is steep. Um, Damn.
That what's
God,
Oppenheimer's? No,
Oppenheimer's got to
Oppenheimer's
be 200 at least.
100 million.
100 million too?
Yeah,
Wow. Oh wow. If
but
Barbie's
after
marketing,
marketing, it needs to make at least 400 million.
yeah, that's true.
They said
That's true.
because of what I get. Because you know how he was like, I need this amount of money for this.
Mhm.
Who knows what the marketing budget is, but that's in
I
his
mean, the man
contract. I'm
blew
pretty
up a
sure.
real atomic bomb, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
he killed a bunch of people.
Uh, um, um, Eric Thorpe. So I've been getting back into Lego lately, and I just wish there were Game of Thrones Legos, but but I know that Lego doesn't really make stuff based on R-rated properties. There's Game of Thrones Mega Blocks, but it ain't the same. What franchise do you wish had Legos that doesn't? Good question. I don't know because Marvel has it, DC has it, Doctor Who has it, um,
Avatar has it now.
Avatar has it, Star Wars has it. I don't. I mean, Power Rangers, I guess they don't have Legos. My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball, they don't have Legos. Yeah, those are a few for me. Do you have any off the top of your head?
Um, they have them, but they're
Oh,
expensive. So I'm hoping they re-release these this year. Indiana Jones. They're expensive as fuck
ah,
now. So
nice.
I'm hoping they
They
re-release sets.
they probably will.
They
I
have
mean,
to.
they'd
I
be
want a
stupid.
boulder scene. I want a boulder scene.
Oh, nice.
So
Lady Aaron, did you see the BAFTAs long list that came out yesterday? And if so, what are your thoughts on it? I skimmed through them, but
I
I
don't
didn't
care about
really.
anything but the Oscars.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
genuinely like my thoughts.
That's my life motto.
The 24th.
Um,
The 24th. Gonna be up at
the
5 a.m. for
24th.
that.
Oof. Eric Thorpe reviews. Also on another Lego note, are you guys ever driven crazy by all the stickers that come with Lego now? Now? No, not now. When I was a kid, they came with all these bunch of stickers, and I hated it. That's
I
why,
hate
as
the
a kid, I
stickers.
hated Legos because I didn't want to put the stickers on it, and then they didn't look cool because they didn't have all the designs. That's why I stuck mainly with Bionicle as a kid. That was my Lego thing.
Bionicles are fucking badass.
Yes, they are. They're right behind the camera, everywhere. Uh,
Did you have them all?
I have 97% of them. Like
That's
maybe
cool.
one or two are missing in some of the sets, but I have most of them. Yeah.
That's all I did as a kid. I didn't collect normal Legos as a kid.
Yeah,
I'm
me
doing
neither. Because
normal
I
Legos
hated
now.
the whole sticker thing. Like, why
Now,
don't
dude,
they
so
just come
like,
with the
let me
things
see. Like
painted?
BD
Hmm.
right there. No
Yeah,
stickers on him. I was shocked. I was fucking shocked. I
but
didn't
he
have to
has
put
the
a single
designs
sticker.
like inherently on the pieces,
Yeah,
right?
this designs are already on him.
See? Yeah. And when I was a kid, that wasn't the thing. When I was a kid, you had to carefully
Yeah.
put in the
They
sticker on
still
the
do
piece
that
and
on
all that.
some of them, but not a lot of
Oh,
them.
it sucks. It sucks so
Yeah. I make Cynthia do that part. So
bad.
I'll literally wait to do
um,
the stickers until that.
Lady Aaron, I asked Ren this question last week, so this question is for Zach. If you could make an awards show for your channel related to movies, what kind of categories would you have? You have done
I
an awards
have.
show on your
I've
channel.
done this with
You have.
Cody. Yeah, me
Yeah.
and Cody did it for two years. Yeah, it
What
was
was the
fun.
name?
Sweet film awards, I
Sweet
think.
Film Awards. Yes.
Yeah,
I
it was
presented
fun.
one of the awards.
Yeah,
It was either for best score or best song.
yeah, I
Yeah, it
think
was
so.
one of those technical ones. Yeah.
It was really fun. Cody was
Yeah, it
really
was.
creative with all of that. I would do it again. You know, if my channel was a little bit bigger, because it did
Yeah.
definitely the amount of editing and the amount of time it took did not
Yeah.
warrant the views. I mean, the views were good, but like they weren't. It definitely like. I mean, we would spend like hours filming because we would get all your
I can
guys'
imagine.
footage, and then
Mhm.
we would film our stuff, and we would do that
I
in
see.
like a 7-hour block. Like we would literally set aside 7 hours of time and sit there on a call. So it was fun. It was definitely fun. I miss our
But
game show
exhausting.
though. The game show was the thing me and him really liked.
I never got to be on the game show, but I remember that. I
We
remember
wanted you too. I think weren't you supposed to be on the third one? And then it just like everyone
I
kept like
think I remember we talked about it. Like I remember talking to you about it. Hey, I want to be on it. But I don't know that we
I
went
couldn't
so far
remember.
as to
I
arrange like
remember
we'll
we
be on the
planned
next
out
one.
the next 3 episodes, and then the third
Okay,
episode.
so maybe you planned with Cody. From
Yeah,
my end, I only know that like I reached out and said, "Hey,
I
I
knew
will
we
be on
had
it if
you.
you'll have
Yeah,
me."
I knew we had you documented for one of the next 3.
Mhm.
But the third episode, there were so many like people kept dropping out and then be like, I can't do it this day,
Yeah.
or okay, yeah, I can, and then we get to that day and be like, I can't anymore. I was like, fuck it, this ain't worth it.
Yeah.
And then we got a copyright strike
Oh
on one of
shit.
the episodes, and I was like, fuck it, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it
Just leave
anymore.
it. Leave it
Yeah.
behind.
So, but it was fun.
Yeah. Lady Aaron, for Zach, did you get a chance to see the Oscar shortlist that came out before 2022 ended? If so, what are some of the biggest surprises and snubs that you noticed when looking at the list? Off the top of your head.
I barely remember this. Michael Giacchino for the Batman score, I think,
Oh
was
yeah,
one of the ones that was missing on there. Is there anything else? I feel like
I
that's
don't.
like
That's the one that at the time I was like, yeah, that's.
Was Lightyear on there for animated? Because if it wasn't, I would say that too.
No idea, but that's a snub if it isn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So okay, yeah.
Nice
I don't
score.
remember. It's
Nice
been
shout.
too long. Again, I'm just waiting
Eric
for the nominations at this point.
Yeah.
And then I'll start screaming. Because dude, I'm starting to get worried. I don't think Robbie's getting in. And it's bullshit if she doesn't.
Well,
It's
she
complete.
wouldn't win, so it's not too bad, but it is shameful.
Dude, honestly, I'm saying if Kate Blanchett wins, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
What?
I get it. I don't want her to win. I don't want. She's already fucking won. She's already won. I would give the award to.
That doesn't matter.
People. I don't give a fuck.
No,
I don't think she gave. I don't think she gave the best.
I don't even love Tar, but she has to win.
I don't think she gave the best performance of the. I don't think so.
The only other one that I can see winning is Danielle Detweiler, and she.
Oh, see, I think it's a 3-way. I think it's Kate, Michelle, and Danielle.
You think Michelle has a chance?
Michelle Yeoh? Absolutely.
Oh, Michelle Yeoh? Oh, no way.
No
way. I thought you were talking about Michelle Williams.
No.
Michelle
Williams.
She's dead in the water. They should.
Yeah, I think the Fabelmans is dead in the water. I think Best Picture's between Everything Everywhere and Banshees. And honestly, Best Actor, Colin Farrell's getting it. I think Colin Farrell's gonna end up winning, which is insane because I would prefer Brendan Fraser. Yeah, wow. I think Brendan Fraser should win, but everyone I've talked to, dude, it's just Colin Farrell.
It's gonna be a fun award season, everyone. Not exhausting at all.
But I like that. I like when it's surprise. That's why I don't want Kate to win. That's why I don't want Blanchett to win. Because it's so fucking
I want
obvious.
the best person to win.
It's not the best either. I didn't like Tar. I didn't.
I liked Tar. I didn't love.
I liked it. I didn't love it.
I gave it 3 stars, but she is a 5-star performance. But anyway, continuing on. Eric Thorpe reviews. Okay, so now that we're in 2023, what do you guys think will be the biggest movie of the year?
I have 3 choices for this, but if you have one, I'll let you go first.
I have several, like, I don't know what's going to be the biggest one unless I'm missing something, but I have several that I'm like, they are going to reach $1 billion. I'm pretty convinced.
Yeah.
Dune Part 2.
Billion?
Yeah.
No way. I mean, I would fucking love it.
I think it's going to reach $1 billion.
Okay. I hope so. I hope you're right.
Aquaman 2. As of right now, we have no reason not to believe it reaches the $1 billion because the first one reached the $1 billion.
Internationally, that movie's gonna fucking push it.
Guardians 3 is gonna make a shit ton of money.
I think Ant-Man.
I think Ant-Man's gonna do really well, but it carries the baggage of being quote unquote an Ant-Man movie, and they're never like the top tier box office making.
I think this one will be different. I think it's
gonna make more than the others. That's for sure. I just don't think it reaches quite that. The Marvels as well, same as Aquaman. Given the last one, we have no reason not to believe it doesn't reach $1 billion.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 7.
Top Gun's pushing that fucking thing.
Yeah.
That thing's hitting $1 billion. Yeah.
Yeah. And
that'll be the highest grossing Mission Impossible film.
I don't
easily.
think I'm missing anything. But what do you got? What do you have?
Indiana Jones. If Indiana Jones,
Indiana Jones, I think it's
hear
under
me,
really well. Yeah.
if Indiana Jones is Top Gun Maverick level good, like we're all hoping it is right now,
Yeah.
it does 1.5. It does 1.5, and it'll be like Top Gun, and just people going to the theaters constantly to see that movie. Now, if it's
That's
not as
good stuff.
good, I think it hits about $800 to $1 billion. I would be surprised if it doesn't hit the billion mark, but it'll hit. It'll still do really good no matter what. But if it's good, like fucking Top Gun good, it'll hit that. I actually
I
think
mean,
the highest
it's
grossing.
gonna be nearly as long as it was between Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. The
Yeah.
last Indiana Jones movie came out in 1899. Last
Oh,
Crusade.
yeah. That's a. I almost didn't get the joke, and
34
then I
years.
started thinking about it.
What
So,
joke? What are you talking about? There's no joke. I'm not joking about anything.
honestly, I think the highest grossing film of the year is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think that film.
It's
I
a
will
fair
say
bet.
this. I think it's probably going to make $2 billion. I think out of all the movies, this is the one that hit
You
2 bill for the year.
You think
Yep.
Guardians is going to make
If
$1 billion?
it's excellent.
2 billion.
Yeah. Yep.
Because none of the other
Yep.
two made $1 billion, right?
I think this. I thought this. Let me look at them. Guardians box office.
I don't think they.
Okay, first one was 7.7.
Yeah.
Second one was 868. I mean, it's gonna hit $1 billion, but I think there's a chance.
It could. It could. I'm not counting it out.
Long fucking time. It's been a long time since the Guardians.
How much was the first one? The first one was
773.
770. And
second
then
one was 863.
860. So we went about 90. So let's just assume it's gonna take the same trajectory. It's gonna go 950. So it's not gonna quite reach $1 billion.
Dude,
but I'm not counting it out. I am not counting it out.
I think it's the
well,
final one.
I am counting it out of the $2 billion. I don't.
Wait, whoa. I'm talking out of my ass. We're forgetting one movie that absolutely will hit a fucking $1 billion. The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid's hitting $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah,
dude.
Yep.
My friend who saw the test screening of that said people were screaming and cheering after the test screening, and he's like, I've been to thousands of these. I've only heard that once. And you know what that movie was? It was fucking Evil Dead. That was the other one people were cheering at. So he goes, Little Mermaid is making. No. I think it'll still do good though. Like I think if Megan's making this money, Barbarian, I think. I think it's like 20 million. 20. Yeah. I'll look it up. I'm actually. What do you think it is?
It's gonna be super. I'd go 20, maybe 30 at best, but even 30 seems pushing.
12.
So I'd go 12. Wow. Yeah, they're making their money back in 1 week.
Yeah.
Internationally at least.
Yeah, but no, dude, like I honestly take it back. I think Little Mermaid's gonna be the highest grossing film of the year.
Yeah, then you brought it up and I'm like,
then Guardians. Yeah, I'm talking out of my ass. I think Little Mermaid could make $2 billion. I
think the Little Mermaid could as well. I mean, like I don't know. Have any of the live action Disney?
I thought Lion King did, didn't?
I think maybe Lion King did, but even then, that's the exception, you know.
Look, 1.6, and that's the highest grossing one.
Yeah,
but Aladdin hit $1 billion.
I can definitely see it. I can definitely see it hitting $1 billion. I can definitely see it hitting around the same marks as Lion King. But I mean, closer to the date, seeing the word of mouth, seeing how many people are going to go see it, we may change our minds.
So let's make a bet right now, because it's the start of the year. There's no marketing. What will be the highest grossing film of the year? Let's see who's the right one. We only pick one.
Can we do two? Let's do two. Like,
okay, we can do.
Let's
two.
pick two that could be Little Mermaid and Mission Impossible 7.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Little Mermaid as well, and then I'm gonna stick with Indy. For that one. But I do think Guardians can still hit 2. I genuinely think Guardians can.
I could see it hitting 1.
People love them, dude. Like that. That's just my
thing. I know, but people loved them before. People love it from 1 to the second one.
But then it's been years. It's the final one.
I know, but you already. I know this is good for the hype and to get you back in love with these characters, but. For a lot of people, for general audiences, Holiday Special satiated a bit of that.
Oh, you think so? Everyone I talked to really liked it. Like general.
No. I think it satiated that hunger.
Oh,
like,
that love.
The Guardians now with the Holiday Special. Cool.
You think if we didn't get that, it would have done better?
Not significantly. Like I think it would
Maybe a
have
little
done
bit.
better in the sense that if it does 1.2, I think it maybe would have done
Yeah.
1.3.
How do you
So
think Dungeons and Dragons is gonna do?
it really depends on the word of mouth. It really
Yeah.
depends on the second. It really depends on how they push the final stages of marketing. Because the cast, I love them. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons guy, by the way. The cast, I love them. The directors seem really fitting because they're coming off of the hype of Game Night. It's a great movie. Um,
What do
and
you
then
think the budget
everything we
is?
heard about the angle for it. Let me
Yeah.
just finish so I don't lose
Yeah.
myself.
No, you're good.
Um, everything about the angle that they're approaching this with, of being a Monty Python kind of thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
that sounds really interesting. And then the trailer does not give those
No.
vibes
Trailer's not
at
good.
all. The
It's fun, but
trailer's
it's
not
not good.
good. So they really need to give us a good trailer and great spots for the general audience. The budget 70 million.
I'm shocked at it's 45.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
That movie looks really good for
Wow.
45 because when I saw the
I
clips,
mean,
like all the
yeah.
creatures looked really good.
Yeah.
And it does like the clips they showed us at Comic-Con were Monty Python. Like the trailer does not show that.
Okay.
Like there's an extended sequence of them in a graveyard, and it's really fucking funny. It's
Okay.
really fucking funny.
I mean, I hope you're right because I want to be excited right now. And I mean, I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons person, but forget about that. Like the trailer as a movie just doesn't look anything like it
Yeah,
looks fun. I'll go watch it and have a good time because I'm a fantasy guy. But will I remember it the day after? That's the real question.
yeah. I'm hoping it does good. I mean, March is stacked. Creed,
Yeah,
Scream, uh, fucking Dungeons and Dragons, and then John Wick. So
I would love to see that hit a billion. It's not. It's
John,
not. But
I
I would
know
love to see it hit a billion.
it'll probably
Um,
it'll do really good.
it will
It'll do
do
really
really
good.
well. It'll make its budget back
Each
on
of
track.
them make like a ton more than the last.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Eric Thorpe, do you guys think this new James Gunn led the DCU will actually be a total reboot of the universe, or does the caginess about actors from the DCU returning make a spectacle, or that
I
still
think it's supposed to be of that still.
of that still? I think he's going full reboots. Like right now, I think he's going full reboots. I haven't been given reason to believe otherwise, unfortunately. But what do you think?
I think he has because he says it's an 8 to 10 year plan. I guarantee the final film in this plan is Kingdom Come with the older characters coming back eventually and stuff like that.
That's awful.
But I don't know. That's my thing. But I if you're replacing here's the thing. As much as I don't want to see, like, I genuinely think there's arguments to be made. You could keep certain characters because they haven't intertwined. And like Blue Beetle, I mean, Blue Beetle is the only one that like you could
Blue
probably,
Beetle hasn't shown up yet, so
yeah.
he really doesn't count. He shouldn't be in
So
danger, honestly.
no, he shouldn't be in danger. I've made arguments that you could do Shazam too, but fuck it, Shazam's probably gone. But if James Gunn does not want to piss off a fan base and divide them already, you just have to full reboot. Everyone's got to be new. And that sucks. It sucks. I don't want to see a new Harley Quinn. I don't want to see anyone else other than Margot Robbie play Harley Quinn. I don't want to see a different version of King Shark. I don't want to see a Zachary Levi leave the role. I don't want to see Jason Momoa leave the role. Like I want to see all these actors continue,
Mm.
but you can't have that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They've been doing that for the last 10
Exactly.
years. You can't do that anymore. Unless, and again, I will trust James. Whatever plan comes out, I might not love all the choices, but every time I've ever gone, I'm not going to trust this guy. I was dead wrong. Peacemaker, biggest thing. I was dead wrong
Yeah.
on that.
I mean, the trailers looked awful.
Yeah, they looked awful, and that show was fucking great. It was one of the best
Yeah.
shows of last year. Suicide
Yeah.
Squad. I knew it would be
My number
great, but
9,
when he
I
announced
believe.
it, I'm like, really? You're gonna do this? I would like you to see you do anything else. And I
Yeah.
fucking love that movie. It's one of my favorite
I
films.
remember we were still doing like several topics at the time, and
Yeah.
it was one of our topics. Like, you're gonna do this show, really? And
Yeah.
lo and
So
behold,
I believe in him. I think he'll be able to pull it off, but you have to start new. Like, we know we're getting a new Superman, we're getting a new Batman. We can assume we're getting a new Wonder Woman. I mean, the list just goes on and on there. We're assuming everything's new.
I mean, you
And
gotta have the Trinity.
You have to. And I'm excited to see what they do with that. And I guess from here, I don't know if there's more questions. What are the first 5 films you think that we're gonna
We
get?
have a question about
We
that.
do?
We
Fuck,
have a
man.
question about that.
Who asked that? They should have asked it right after him. It's okay, we can wait, but
Lady Aaron, how would you rank the music scores from Justin Hurwitz from worst to best? I will not play this sick game.
I can do
They're
it.
all amazing. You can do
I
it?
can do
All
it.
right, you do
Yeah,
it. I'm going to judge you.
from
I'm not going to rank them, but I'm going to judge Zach
from
on his
great to greatest. I'm not ranking it from worst to best.
Okay. From
My
great to
number
greatest.
one,
like
you might shit on me. I love Babylon. I think Babylon's his best score, even though I like La La Land.
I might disagree, but I cannot argue.
It's so hard for me to do
the
that.
Babylon score is so
because the 2 scores I listen to the most is actually La La Land and Babylon. So it's stuck on that. So it would go Babylon, La La Land, First Man, Whiplash. I don't really remember Whiplash's off the top of my head, but First Man, like the landing on the moon, that sequence still like plays in my head.
Heartbreaking shit.
Yeah.
Zach, my Lady Aaron, what is your favorite personal moment of 2020 through 2022? If you are comfortable sharing it, and what are you looking forward to this year?
I think I think it's the engagement. I mean, that's
I would assume so.
Yeah. Yeah, that.
What are you excited for in 2023?
I'm excited to not kill myself because the HBO hates me. Let's just leave it at that. But other than that, I don't. There's something I want, but I don't want to put it out in the world because if it doesn't happen this year, then I don't want to do that. So,
I have certain things.
I'm kind of tired of putting things out there and then they don't happen. So now I'm just fucking living life.
I was asked this last week, and in case you probably didn't watch because
I watched some of it, but I didn't get that question.
That question, I didn't have one personal in 2022, and for 2023, I said the exact same thing as you. There's something, but I'm not gonna put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Aaron also asked, this was all over the news this week, and especially brought everything in the football world to a standstill. But did you guys see or hear what happened to Damar Hamlin? I'm praying he gets better soon, and we're currently getting some promising updates. I have no idea what we're talking about.
It was a football player. He tackled someone and collapsed, like stood up and just fucking collapsed, and they canceled the whole game. Like they didn't even play anymore. They just canceled it. So he's okay now.
I mean, hoping he gets better, but I have not heard anything about this. Lydia Aaron, what are your thoughts on the show Wednesday getting renewed for a second season on Netflix? Shocking, absolutely less than 0 people. I don't know why so many people went off with these headlines. It's not news. Like, it didn't surprise anyone. It would be news if Wednesday was canceled after 1 season. Like 8099, which also should have been renewed for season 2. But that's another conversation. Yeah, I'm not shocked whatsoever. So yeah, it just feels obvious. Zach?
I still haven't finished it. I wasn't huge on Wednesday. I love Jenna Ortega. I thought she was great from what I watched.
She's great.
That's how I thought. Like I think we've talked about it. Like it's like, has everyone ever watched the X-Men? Like,
has anyone ever watched Harry Potter?
That too. I mean, there's good elements to it. I hope the second season has more of the actual Addams family though. And I think that's my biggest issue with it is because Wednesday
probably not going to happen.
No, probably not. You can frame Wednesday as the main character of the Addams family because that's how I thought the show was going to be from everything I had fucking heard about. So, Jenna Ortega is great. I'm very happy she's blowing the fuck up because ever since You season 2, I thought she was the big standout of that season. I've just been a big major fan of hers. So,
you know what? I don't watch You, but just this week I passed while I was scrolling on Twitter and passed by a post from Netflix, and it was a video, and I just read the caption without even looking at the video. It's Ellie making Joe feel like an old man. I'm like, why is Netflix posting about The Last of Us? And then I saw,
and you watched it, yeah. She's great.
I didn't watch the video, but I was like, wait, this is what? How dare you call this girl Ellie when there's a guy named Joe in your show? You know exactly what you're doing, Netflix.
Exactly.
Dumbasses. Renew 1899, please. But yeah.
It kind of sucks they can't take it anywhere else.
Yeah. Zach, what is your favorite movie score of 2022, and what is your favorite movie score of 2022? I assume it's going to be the one you just talked about.
Yeah, I just mentioned it. Babylon.
Yeah. All right.
Up next to that though, the Batman. Those two are tied for me.
I would put the Batman as my second one as well. What is your opinion on Avatar 2 just recently surpassing Top Gun Maverick as the highest grossing movie of 2022 when it comes to box office? So yeah, highest grossing movie. Do you think it has a chance of becoming the highest grossing movie of all time at some point this year? I mean, no opinion on it passing Top Gun Maverick. Just it passed Top Gun Maverick.
Good.
None of the money is coming to me, so I really don't.
That's all I care about. Movies thriving. It means I get my sequels. Yeah. I have two other thoughts though, and you probably see me tweet it every single time I see a box office thing for Avatar. I say all the money.
Yeah.
And two, I just went blank. What the fuck was I gonna say? I just like had a spasm. Her question: could it be the highest grossing movie? No. Because the first movie has been re-released 4 bajillion times. And almost like I think 300 million of that is from the re-releases. So
do you think it reaches 2 billion?
Yes. As of right now, yeah. It just internationally is gonna hit like it'll probably hit it by the time we get Ant-Man, it'll hit 2 billion, and then right around there is when it's gonna slow down a lot. Because Ant-Man's gonna fucking. And I'm curious to see if Megan beats it this weekend. I'm actually really because Megan's projected to hit 30 million this week. 26 to 30
How much?
million. 26 to 30 million.
What's the budget? It's like 6 or 8.
Yeah, like nothing. It's already getting a sequel. Let's see. Budget for Megan was 12.
12. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
what did Avatar make last weekend? Let me see.
Beats me. I
think it was in the 60s. What did it make last week? Yeah, it made around 60 million last week. Oh, yeah, it looks like it'll still beat it this weekend. As of right now, it looks like it's still beating it.
So Avatar will still beat Megan?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
So,
Eric Thorpe.
That's good for movie theaters, man. It's fucking a $30 million movie or 60.
Aside from Henry Cavill and Margot Robbie, which actress would you want to keep in their role from the DCU in James Gunn's DCU? If you could only pick one. Good question. So the ones we need to keep are already there. So cool. Henry Cavill and Margot Robbie. I would probably go Jason Momoa as Aquaman. That'd probably be mine. How about you?
Zachary Levi. I know you're not huge on Shazam, but I'm a huge.
I love him in the role.
Shazam. Yeah, I would have loved to see him in Cavill. I would love to have seen him and Cavill go off one another. I really think they would have done like.
I would love to see The Rock and Cavill.
You know what else I would want to throw in? Dr. Fate.
Oh, Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, and Hawkman. Aldous Hodge.
You can only pick one, Zach.
I don't give a fuck.
Nathan Holton, thoughts on Renfield and Evil Dead Rise trailer. So, I'm going to let you say your thoughts on this because my thoughts on Renfield may be pretty obvious, but you know my infamous opinions on Evil Dead. So I'm going to let you go first and linger on a little bit on the suspense of what my opinion is. Because I haven't shared my thoughts with you on the Evil Dead.
I don't know. I don't even want to know. That's why I didn't ask you. Renfield. I actually didn't watch the trailer. So I don't want to watch the trailer for this, and I have a reason for it. I have someone who have seen the movie, and I know thoughts on the film. So I don't want to see the trailer because I know the general vibe for the movie, and from what I've heard, the trailer is pretty much that general vibe. So I'm a little bit worried to watch the trailer and get stuff ruined for me. I was a little bit. The last Nicolas Cage movie we got, which was the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, I wish I never watched the trailer for. So I'm kind of staying away from this one. And I'm hoping to be surprised because I fucking love Nicolas Cage. Evil Dead Rise though, that is one of my favorite trailers. Like as an Evil Dead fan, that's one of my favorite trailers I have gotten for a horror movie in a long time. I was very skeptical on this movie. I'm skeptical on not doing a sequel to the last one with Fede Alvarez. I'm skeptical that you're not bringing back Bruce Campbell. I'm skeptical that they're just producing, and they kept saying that, no, we are huge and, like we're huge on the story. Like we are a big part of this. And then we got that teaser trailer of Bruce Campbell talking about it after seeing this movie or the trailer. And after knowing someone that's seen the movie last year, it's one of my top 5 most anticipated for the year. I'm
and
so
it got
excited.
upgraded from HBO Max to theaters.
Yes. And that was actually the saddest thing, is that I was really sad I wasn't going to be able to see it in theaters. So I'm very hyped that I get to see this in theaters. And I'll say this, the characters look like shit, but fuck, everyone's going to die. I'm so excited to see everyone just get murdered. The cheese grater, that cheese grater thing, dude, fuck that. I love brutality. And I think the best instance of this trailer is that it has the original Evil Dead vibe to it, but the gritty, nasty shit of the reboot. And that was my one problem with the reboot. And I really love the reboot, but it didn't have that charm to it, that humor to it that the Evil Dead has always had. But I get both vibes in here. And asking my friend who'd seen it, he said, you get all of that. So he goes, you get massacre, you get blood, you get the humor. It's everything you want in Evil Dead. And he said it's fucking awesome. So he said, if you love Evil Dead, you're gonna love this movie. He goes, if you don't, I don't know how you're really gonna feel about it, but I fucking love this trailer. So Ren, break my heart.
For Renfield, I really enjoyed that trailer. It was exactly what I expected it to be, what I wanted it to be. It's exactly what, when you give me the description of this film and say that Nicolas Cage is starring in it as Dracula, it's exactly what I wanted it to be. If you like warm bodies, it's more or less
still
the
never seen
same
that.
vibe. Oh, it's so good.
I have it
It's
too. I need to.
so good. We're Evil Dead Rise trailer. So, in case you don't know, I've only ever seen the original Evil Dead and the remake. The remake is fucking awful, and the original is all right from what I remember watching. I'll be watching them all again, including the ones I haven't seen. This trailer is fucking cool, man. This trailer is goddamn cool.
It's cool.
The cheese grater thing, like you said, fuck, man. You just know what's coming.
Are you reviewing each of them? Are you gonna review each of them?
I don't think so. I might rank each of them, all of them.
Okay, when you rewatch them though, can you just tell me just your initial thoughts through them as you rewatch them all? Because I'm curious to hear your thoughts on Army of Darkness. I think you'll like that one the most. That's my favorite one because it's fantasy with horror, and it's fucking stupid but super fun. Because why don't you like the reboot? I'm just curious. What?
I just found it so derivative, and for context, I had an incredible experience watching it. Like the context on which I watched that movie, and I had never seen any of the other ones before, so it was completely new to me. And I'm a horror fan. Like to me, it was just very, this is every other horror movie I've seen before. It just has a ton of blood in that final sequence.
Okay, fair enough. I can get that. It's my least favorite out of all of them. So it's my least favorite. I think my ranking goes Evil Dead Reboot, Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. But I'm in the minority on Army of Darkness. I'm super nostalgic. That was the first one I ever watched. So I didn't even know it was an Evil Dead movie. I didn't even know it was one. And my dad showed me it. Because it's only
called Army of Darkness. It doesn't have
and because it was supposed to be called Army of the Evil Dead or something like that, but they couldn't do it because of the rights. I can't remember. The original name is way cooler. But my dad was like, well, Zach, there's these other movies that are a little bit more scary. And he showed me them. And I was like, I'm fucking scarred. Watching them now, they're fucking cheesy. But as a kid, that fucked me up. If I ever got to interview Sam Raimi, I'd just be like, dude, you fucked me up as a kid. So thank you. Because I never wanted to go up north. Never wanted to go up north to a cabin anymore. So. But yeah, I'm happy you like the trailer. I hope you like the movie.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's very wild.
Mommy's with the maggots now.
That's such a good line.
Cool. Yeah. For Zach, what was the biggest accomplishment or achievement for your YouTube channel in 2022, and what can we expect from you this year?
Biggest accomplishment, I don't know. Finally hitting 30K. So if Rotten Tomatoes denies me again, I'm just done asking because that's the last requirement. I mean, I'm just fucking done at that point. Achievement though, or I guess that's an achievement. Accomplishment was getting the Mark Wahlberg thing. That was really cool that he came to Arizona. You know, that was really cool that he came to Arizona, and I didn't love the interview that I got with him since I only got 2 questions. But it was really cool meeting him. And then I love Comic-Con. This Comic-Con was really cool because I got to meet a lot more people and kind of network a little bit better. And I felt more comfortable this year because I knew how Comic-Con worked. I hate, and I'm sure, Ren, you've probably experienced this, when you go to a film festival or an event for the first time and you're like all alone, you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I don't really know anyone here. And if you do, it's probably their first time. You're like, how do tickets work? How do I get into this shit? Like, how does this work? So it was really cool going to Comic-Con this year, knowing 85% of the things that you can do and how to do them. Instead of just meandering around. So it was cool because I got to do a lot more press stuff for that. What can you expect from me this year? I'll be doing Sundance at the end of this month. So there'll be like 4 days of me watching 26 movies overall. I got my tickets. I feel very happy. I'm seeing Infinite Pool, Magazine Dream, some big ones. So I'm going to try and review each and every one of them, either as a short or a long format. And then I might be going to Fantastic Fest. I told Sean Chandler, if he reminds me to apply as press for that thing, I will go. Because the press like application is like such a small window, so I always forget to do it. I wasn't planning on traveling besides Comic-Con this year, but if he's actually renting a house, that saves a lot of money. Because usually like the biggest thing is actually like staying somewhere. And then Ubering around and shit. And if he's getting a house right next to it, I'll fucking go. I'll go. I'll do they'll do everything. And then Comic-Con, of course. I will 100% be doing a Comic-Con again. I'm hoping to get 2 more badges though, because I have bigger plans that I want to do for it. But when I only have 1 extra badge and I make my friend just film stuff, I can't do everything I want to do. So I'm hoping to get 2 more so I can make my fiance go with me and make her do other things, and then make my other friend go and make him do other things. Make them all run around, because I want more coverage. Because when you go to Comic-Con, you got to make your choices. Are you staying? Are you sitting in Hall H all day, or are you gonna go do other things? I clearly always usually sit in just Hall H because I just want to be a part of those experiences. You know, I'm pissed I missed the Keanu Reeves panel with Collider. But I was there for the Berserk one. That was cool. What about you? What about you? Or did you get asked this?
I got asked this.
You can just say for 2023 if you have like things to expect from.
Things to expect. I mean, it's more shorts, more trying new things, festival coverage, the usual. But again, stuff that I don't want to throw out there just yet until it's confirmed. But yeah, that's it. Thoughts on James Cameron saying Avatar sequels will happen due to Avatar 2's success? They were gonna happen anyway.
Yeah,
like this is,
and that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
like the way he puts it out there, like, oh, I can't wiggle out of this now. Oh yeah, poor fucking you, who had already shot the 3rd movie and is halfway through the 4th. Poor fucking James. Like he's gonna do it. This is not news.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, even if it only made $1 billion, they were gonna make all 3. You know why? Because Disney has a fucking theme park with Avatar in it. Yeah. That's the thing I think a lot of people forget is Disney makes money from their movies, but you know what they also make money from?
The 3rd one was always going to be made. If the 3rd one does poorly, then they need to start get worried. And then if the 4th flops, then you might not have a 5. But right now, as of right now,
they're gonna just keep making money. Like unless he puts out a shitter, like I mean, but you can't count him out. You can't count him out. Like,
do not bet against him.
You know why I think he's so obsessed with Avatar and why he's staying on it and not letting anyone else direct it? What happened with Terminator? He gave the franchise away and it fucking went down the drain. I think that's his thing with Avatar. He goes, if I'm going to make a legacy, this is going to be mine. Like, I want to create a franchise that's mine, and I've made it.
I want to save the planet.
That too. Save the whales.
Save the whales. Nathan Holton, thoughts on James? Okay, we read this one. Thoughts on M. Night Shyamalan getting a new film going to Apple TV?
I didn't hear about that.
Of it. This is the first I'm hearing of it. So
I thought he had a deal with Universal.
Full for M. Night. Nathan Holton also asks, "What? Here we go, Zach. The question you've been waiting for.
Fuck yes,
what do you think
finally.
James Gunn will announce this month for DC?"
All right, so let's set both of us for 5 movies. We get to pick 5 movies. That's it. So I'll let you go first.
Right. Superman, first and foremost. You need to start with Superman. Then you do Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Then you do Batman. Then you go weird. I don't know what you do, but you go weird. You do one of the Lobo. James Gunn. Could be Lobo. I could see Lobo. Yeah, so let's go with Lobo. And then Wonder Woman.
Okay. And then Justice League? Then a Justice League?
Not yet. I don't think so, at least.
Okay.
But maybe.
I'm going to go pretty wild on mine. All right? You ready?
Go.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't start with Superman, you're already wrong.
Superman will be the first one.
Okay.
It just seems like that's the one that's kicking off this universe.
Yeah. As it should.
Yeah, and I think from what James Gunn says that there are all these characters already know each other. Like, we're going into a very established world. These characters know of each other. Maybe they've already teamed up once, maybe not, but they know each other. Mm-hmm. But they're just younger. I think it's gonna be like New 50. Is New 52 the one when they're kind of younger and stuff like that?
Sure, yeah.
Which one? It was New 52, and then what came after that? I can't remember. Rebirth. Okay, so I'm wondering which one they're gonna do. But okay, so Superman.
I mean, literally, the new logo is the JLL Justice League #1 from the New 52.
Oh, I thought that logo came out that it wasn't real, that it was just. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I didn't think that was James Gunn's actual logo. I could be wrong. Okay. I thought it came out that.
But I could be wrong. I don't.
Yeah. So I think we're 100% getting Superman. I was gonna say Green Lantern next. I think we are. I think Green Lantern's second. Mm-hmm. Weird. I think we're going weird next. Justice League Dark. I don't know if it'll be called Justice League Dark, but I think they're gonna go horror. I think they're gonna start throwing in some of that horror shit right away.
All right. I'm not against it.
Batman. Wonder Woman. I think we get a new Wonder Woman after, like, probably that same year as Batman.
You're at 5. Then, you have your 5.
Yeah, that's my 5. I'll just throw in after that, though. I think we get a team up with all of them. I think that's kind of their team up that kind of goes in. So, but it's different. I don't know. It's weird because I think we're gonna see some of these other characters appear, like in these.
I mean, and it's James Gunn. So even though you said let's go weird, you went Justice League Dark. That's not weird for James Gunn.
That's way too mainstream
for him.
Neither is Lobo. I mean, what would be weird is fucking.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I mean, it's gonna go Metamorpho, a solo movie for Metamorpho.
But I definitely think we're getting Justice League Dark in his 10-year plan.
I hope so.
Dude, who do you want to direct it, and why is it Del Toro?
Guillermo del Toro to direct it 1,000%. Question is, who plays John Constantine? Because we have the perfect actor, but he's on the CW. I mean, he's not anymore in the CW, so you could.
Do you think that Constantine sequel is still happening with Keanu Reeves or no?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's going. Because that Constantine is separate.
Yeah.
Or if they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That dude, I'm just saying, dude. If for fucking somehow they had Keanu Reeves leading a Justice League Dark movie, that'd be fucking awesome. That'd be awesome.
Let me see, like, actors to play Constantine. Not Tom Holland. Not Daisy Butterfield. Not Alex.
Why are they doing such a young?
He's not going to do it because he's got a big role coming. But Aaron Taylor Johnson would be a really good Constantine.
Oh yeah, he does have another role coming.
Yeah.
I got
confirmation.
I got extra confirmation on that the other day.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I had someone who would like actually know. I was like, okay, this is good to know.
You know who would play an incredible Zatanna? I know we go Alexandra Daddario. I know I suggested Rachel McAdams on another thing. Daisy Ridley. would be it.
Yeah, that'd be fucking great. She has a
But we're
film
getting off topic.
Sundance.
We're getting off
She has a
topic.
film going to Sundance.
I know. Where are we? Nathan Holton, thoughts on Fast X trailer coming next month? Expectations? I don't care.
I'm gonna see the whole
That's
movie.
how much I didn't like Fast 9.
I'm gonna see the whole movie. Let's show it.
In 2 minutes. Expectations that Brie Larson is a secret O'Connor sister. That's it.
They'll spoil it.
And they have another. And they have another O'Connor.
Oh, Alan Richardson's also in it.
Alan Richardson, who plays Reacher, he's going to be in it, and he's also 100%.
And O'Connor.
Lady Aaron, for Zach, what was some movie news from 2022 that made you very happy, and some movie news that made you very sad?
I was really happy when Henry Cavill got announced that he was coming back, and I was really sad when he announced that he wasn't coming back.
Exactly what I said. Exactly what I said last week.
I feel like there's something else I should be excited for. I was excited when James Gunn, Bob Iger, James Gunn getting announced. I'm still excited that James Gunn's coming back. You know, I want to see what he does, because that, if he succeeds, means I get DC. That's because I grew up more DC than Marvel. So I grew up that's how the comics were, man. I read more Batman. I mean, I really only read Spider-Man and weird shit for Marvel. I didn't read like Cap and Iron
Man. Lady Aaron, what are a few movies from 2022 you are ready to defend for your life in the way that you both love the movie? Thor: Love and Thunder. I just showed it to my parents this past week.
Dude, I
forgot to rank it too.
That was in your full 10, right? That was in your full 10.
That was in
yeah. Okay, when I heard that come up, I was like, fuck yeah. Because I kept seeing it in people's worst. I'm like,
yeah.
You did not watch enough movies if it's in your worst.
It's true. It's kind of
like, it's not, are we just crazy? Are we just,
I mean, we are, but it's unrelated.
Okay. Because, like, that movie's fucking great.
It's amazing.
It's the most rewatchable MCU film from last year.
From last year? Yeah, I agree. Definitely. 100% I agree.
But Babylon is also going to be one I defend, and Avatar.
Yeah, but Babylon is very 50-50, and it will bring people around 100%. So we won't need to defend it for too long.
So it's like an Eternal situation again.
Yes.
100%. What do you like more, Eternals or Thor?
I plead the fifth. For Zach, what was the video that you made in 2022 that you are the most proud of? And what was the video that you made in 2022 that you are really disappointed in, if there is?
If I don't like how the video is turning out, I just don't release it. So I've deleted and cut a lot of videos. A lot of them. Probably my Avatar revisiting. I was really happy with that video essay. I was really happy with how that one turned out. Specifically because I edited it all the way, and then I was exporting it, and it said file corrupted and deleted the whole thing. And I wanted to kill myself because I spent 5 hours on that, and I was not happy. So then I had to go back and refilm the whole thing. So I like that initial cut, but that one never got to come out. But my second cut, I still really liked.
I had an issue. I talked to you about it, like when I recorded my Avatar: The Way of Water review, that my mic was just going through the whole thing. So
I notice because sometimes my dogs will bark, so I'll like get up and I'll like go scream, like I'm like, shut the fuck up. And I've noticed that if I ever do that, this microphone I use just like fucking sticks out, and I have to like unplug it, plug it back in, reset it. And I noticed that the last time I did it, it was during the whale. I filmed my whale review, and I had to tell them to shut the fuck up because they just would not stop. Like they just kept going off. And I came back and I was watching the audio. I'm like, that's karma. That's karma for me telling my dog to shut the fuck up. So I'm never just gonna yell again. I'm pissed. So
I don't delete stuff. I mean, I've deleted stuff, but like usually I don't delete stuff. But now what I do is like I'm going back to review the first Ant-Man and the second Ant-Man, and I've already reviewed them. So I'm going to do those older reviews. I'm going to make them exclusive to channel members from now on. I did it with some of the Thor reviews.
Smart.
Lady Aaron, since this is the first This Week in Geek podcast of 2023, what did you guys do to celebrate the beginning of a new year? And late Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year to you all. Same thing I told you I was gonna do last week on New Year's Eve. Went to a friend's house and we partied. We drank and we did other stuff. And yeah, Zach.
I worked in the morning and then I threw a party and got really fucked up. That that was my New Year's
Same.
Eve.
Same.
But dude, I was very proud of myself because usually I'll drink a lot and I'll feel like shit in the morning. But that day I went and got carne asada fries and a big ass burrito, and I ate it all. And I
I got fucked up
fucking
and I
back.
didn't have an hangover. You know
Dude,
why? Because I
why?
drank vodka. Vodka doesn't give you a hangover.
Oh, smart. Yeah, I drank. I drank a lot. I mixed. I didn't want to, but my dad's like, you got to try this one. I'm like, Dad, you told me not to mix, but
Well,
like,
we drank
you don't have to."
Coronas as well.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the best beer.
See, I
Yeah.
drink. I'm not huge into beer, so I drink like hard cider.
Uh,
But I tried this whiskey that my dad got this salted caramel whiskey, so I took a shot
Ooh,
of that. It is, dude. I don't know if you can
I
get it
love
where you're at.
whiskey.
It's called Bird Dog Whiskey. They have a ton
Bird
of
dog.
different flavors like
Okay.
salted caramel, peanut butter, chocolate. It is the smoothest whiskey I've ever tasted. Like it doesn't even taste like fucking alcohol, but it fucks you up.
All right.
Fucks you
All
up
right.
fast. So it's good.
Lady Aaron. Nope. I read that one. Nathan Holton. Why do you think Zoe Deutsch is underrated? Well, let's hear more blockbusters like Marvel or DC. I don't think she's underrated. Everyone loves her.
Huh.
Um, why
She's gonna
she
be
doesn't
Batgirl one
do
day.
any of those projects? I mean, maybe she doesn't want to, but I don't find her underrated because everyone loves her, so she can't be underrated. I don't know of anyone who doesn't like Zoe Deutsch. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I get her mixed up with Haley Lou Richardson sometimes.
I don't, but I can see it. I had never
Yeah.
thought about it, but I can see it. Um, Eric
Like
Thorpe.
when you put them side by side, they don't look the same.
Yeah,
Well, like when I
no.
watch a trailer, I'm
I
like,
mean,
oh,
they look similar. Like you can see, like okay, they
yeah.
kind of have the same eye shape and all that. Yeah, yeah. Eric Thorpe. Which character do you think the new DCU should start with if it really is a complete reboot from scratch? I mean,
I would just,
Superman.
yeah.
You start with Superman. Um, no ifs or buts. Like let's say if Marvel did a reboot, I think you could start with either Iron Man or Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I agree.
but the DC and DC on normal circumstances, you could start with either Batman or Superman. But right now, because you already have a Batman that you want to establish that is separated from the DCU, you need to start with Superman.
And that's
Um,
I won't be shocked if that Batman doesn't get his own movie for a while. Like he just appears in things
yep, yep.
because of that reason.
That's a good. I wouldn't be against that strategy. I think
Yeah,
that's
and
really
honestly,
good.
I wouldn't mind it. I don't need Batman to have
Yeah.
his own solo stuff because I think when they do a new Batman in this other world, because I think DC's fun. I think DC is smart, and this is what I like about DC. I like that they do these Elseworld projects. I like that they let
Yeah.
Matt Reeves go and have his own universe, and it doesn't have to connect. I wish Marvel would do that.
I mean,
I honestly do.
and if you go the Justice League cartoon route, like Batman, essentially he bankrolls the Justice League, but
Yeah,
essentially he's not a member. He doesn't work with them. He doesn't want to work
yeah,
with them. But he
exactly. And
literally
but he
pays
believes
for
in what
everything.
they're doing, and he believes in like what they're doing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I like the idea of what James Gunn. I think James Gunn knows that like because audiences aren't stupid. They know if you put out this Batman movie, okay, that's to this universe. Okay, so when's the Matt Reeves one coming out? Okay, that's they know the difference. They're not stupid.
Hang on. Okay. Excuse me. Dominican Scott, does it make sense or not if they keep Ezra Miller after the Flash movie? We already talked about it. Makes no sense whatsoever. Also asks, what can you still look forward to about the current DC movies? I mean, it depends who you ask. For me, I can look forward to Aquaman, and that's it. And that's it. Honestly, I'm not super excited for Shazam right now. I'm not super excited for Blue Beetle, and I'm not excited at all for the Flash. But yeah, Zach.
I'm the optimistic one. I Shazam is one of my most anticipated for this year. just because I'm a huge fan of the character. But I'm excited to see them all still. I'm always excited to see anything. Doesn't mean I'm over the moon looking forward, like, oh my God, I can't wait. Like, if you told me, Zach, you can only watch Dune or The Flash, I'm going to tell you Dune. Like,
Yeah.
there's not about that. But, like, I'm still excited to see what they do. I just, I want this plan to come out and I want to know what the plan is. And I'm happy they're finally coming out a plan. Again, I'm not going to believe in that plan till we're 5 films in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just weird. I think it's a weird feeling. It's because I'll be honest, I don't think they were going to announce this change until after Aquaman this year. But then shit comes out, and I think now they know we have to say what we're doing. And I think that's the smarter thing. I think James Gunn has handled this entire situation really smart by calls out what's not real and what's not. Now, he did not call out that Ezra thing. He just said, I don't know what everyone's saying about Ezra. It's like, yes, you do. You know what everyone is saying about Ezra Miller. So,
Yeah.
but I'll leave it there.
GGOP, have you guys ever had an impulse buy whenever you go buy a Blu-ray or something?
All the time.
If there's a really good bargain, but you more often than not now for Blu-rays especially, not so much literally anything else, but for Blu-rays, I usually order them online. So I just order the thing. But like if I go out and I see something I really want and then I see a really good bargain, every now and then, it's not a regular thing, but it's not like it has never happened. Yesterday I had an impulse buy at Best Buy when trying to to buy Top Gun Maverick, Spirited Away, Army of Darkness, Wreck 2, and Glorious Bastards. With the amount of money I had, I only got Top Gun. Also tried to get vinyl of Metallica's Ride the Lightning, Nirvana's In Utero, Jimi Hendrix, and other albums. Okay, so you didn't have an impulse buy. Yeah, so good thing you didn't have the money because that means you didn't spend way too much of it. But yeah, I have them. I have them. GKOP, since Puss in Boots 2 came out, do you guys think when they put in the effort, DreamWorks can make films that can rival some of the best Pixar and Disney films? I do. I mean, How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, um, Kung Fu Panda trilogy, and Prince of
Honestly,
Egypt.
every studio can.
Yeah,
It
100%.
just depends on what they make. I mean, DreamWorks has made a ton of great movies, but lately they haven't made too much
Yeah,
because they're
they've
also
been on
under
a slump.
yeah, and they've also been under Universal, who Universal also owns Illumination, and I think from my
Yeah.
understanding, they also work hand in hand sometimes. So
Well, I
Illumination,
think Universal distributes DreamWorks,
okay.
or they distribute Illumination. There's something like that. Yeah.
So I don't know. I just
No, the
Pixar,
three Kung Fu Pandas, GKOP, the three
yeah,
Kung Fu Pandas, they're all really good.
they're all
The
great.
second
Those are
one
my
is the
favorite.
best out of the three,
Second
but
one's fucking mad.
they're
That's my
all
favorite
really good.
DreamWorks film. Is the second movie. I
Oh,
love the
really?
second. Yeah,
For
that's
me,
my
it's How
favorite
to Train Your
DreamWorks film.
Dragon. The trilogy is perfection.
I love How to
Um,
Train Your Dragon, except the second one.
but he brings up Megamind as well. Megamind is fantastic. Rise of the Guardians is super underrated. And just this year, you got Puss in Boots, but even better than Puss in Boots, you got The Bad Guys. The Bad Guys is wonderful.
Can't. Hopefully, we get a sequel.
Yeah. No, I would definitely put the third Kung Fu Panda on par with the first one because I think the story is messier, but the villain is far superior in the third Kung Fu Panda. Because Tai Lung isn't the strongest villain, honestly, character wise. Deminiscent Scott, Stephen Amell returning as Green Arrow for the last season of The Flash. Are you excited? Fuck yes. I honestly was ready to watch the season just to finish the show, but now I have something to really look forward to. So yeah, I'm very excited. Zach, are you going to watch the episodes he's in when I tell you he's in this one, he's not in that one?
I could not give one bigger fuck.
How dare you? How dare you refute the presence of our king, Stephen Amell? All right. Luis Feliciano, Happy New Year, Ren and Zach. Happy New Year to you as well. It's been 4 months since Secret Invasion trailer. No specific date yet, not even a poster. Should we be concerned about it? No, because the marketing crunch time for television is much smaller for TV than it is for movies. So I wouldn't be concerned, unless I would be concerned if we did have a specific release date, but no other trailer, no poster, not anything else. Like they dropped that trailer because it was a special occasion and it was a great trailer. But right now, I think we're good. Zach.
I forgot that I saw this trailer back in July. So it feels like I've been waiting for this for a while for something new because it's the same trailer that's online. I think we'll get a trailer at the Super Bowl to announce to the
Ooh,
general public that,
nice.
because what do they usually do? I think they did that the last few years. They've always shown something for Disney Plus, and that'll be perfect because Mando will start kicking off. They'll probably have They'll probably have a big Disney Plus trailer at the Super Bowl, and it'll probably have Mando, Ahsoka. These are the
You
release.
think?
I think they're gonna give the release dates for
Ah.
everything.
I think we get a Mando trailer next Sunday or next Monday.
This Monday?
No, the next one because of a certain
Oh,
HBO show that comes out with the same
oh,
actor.
true. That's probably smart because this Monday's Ant-Man, so
Yeah, because those Super Bowl trailers are
expensive.
expensive. And if
Yeah.
you want to do Ahsoka, which I personally don't think they will, but if you want to do Ahsoka and just ride off the already present hype of Mandalorian marketing, you start next week and then you just sprinkle in something at the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
But I definitely think we'll know about the release date of Secret Invasion by the Super Bowl. I would be shocked
Yeah,
if we
that I
didn't.
agree. That I
Like,
agree.
I think it's gonna honestly, I think Secret Invasion is gonna release in March because Loki's in June or
Mm,
July. So
yeah.
I think we'll get Mando start of March, Secret Invasion end of March, like towards the end, and I think it'll run on Thursdays like She-Hulk did, and Star Wars will run on Wednesdays, and then yeah.
Yeah. Um, Sodium285, do you hope Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem will be one of the best Ninja Turtles movies? The competition isn't too high. Um,
I think so.
um,
Dude, I think this movie's gonna be
you think the
fucking
competition
awesome.
is high?
No. I think this movie's gonna be
Okay.
fucking awesome.
No,
Dude,
I think so too. I mean, you
this
saw my most anticipated
yeah,
comic book movies of the year. Like, I'm excited for this one. I'm just saying
yeah.
the competition isn't too high, but I love that 2007 movie.
That movie's awesome. But
I love
this,
that movie.
I'm gonna say right now, this will be the best TMNT movie ever.
I'm
Taking
not a betting
nostalgia
guy,
away.
so I'm
I'm
going
gonna
low.
say
I'm
that.
not a betting guy, so I'm going low, but I'm willing to bet $10 on it. €10, £10 in my case.
That it is or it isn't.
That it is.
Oh yeah, I would bet the same.
Because Seth Rogen is producing it. Look what Seth Rogen has been doing with the comic book properties
Yeah,
he gets his hands on. Preacher, which I didn't finish, but what I did watch was awesome.
yeah.
And then
Better than the comics.
The Boys. The
Yeah,
Boys, by
better
the
than
way.
the comics. Invincible.
Yeah.
Invincible.
Invincible.
He's
I don't know
doing.
if it's better than the comics. Is it better than the
Oh,
comics, Zach?
as of right now, yeah. From what I've
Okay.
watched, and
All
it's
right.
so brilliant what they do is because I've read almost all of Invincible. I kind of stopped because I got way too
Uh,
far ahead, but
okay.
I love because I have the compendulums. I've
Mm.
read like a lot. They take stuff and make it better. Like, okay, so this doesn't get revealed to here and there. Let's reveal it earlier. And then the girlfriend character, oh god, she's so much better in the fucking show. I mean, she's still not great, but she's
Reminds me
so
of
much.
another show I'm currently watching.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. Reminiscing Scott. Who would come back for Marvel's Secret Wars? Everyone, as long as they pay them.
Yeah.
Literally, there is no limits. So yeah. Reminiscing Scott. Are you looking forward to the? Are you looking forward to the What are you? Sorry. What are you looking forward to the most about the Flash film? Of course, Michael Keaton's back. Looking forward to the actress playing Supergirl, or perhaps the closure of the Snyderverse. Not a lot, man. um, I'm Keaton is far from being my favorite Batman. I'm far from loving his Batman movies. Not because of him, just Tim Burton. Um, honestly, it's more curiosity than excitement for me at this point because they're adapting the greatest Flash story ever written. Unpopular opinion, I guess, but it's the truth. Um, I'm curious to see Ben Affleck, even though there's like 10 minutes of him in the movie. So yeah, at this point, for me personally, it's more curiosity over excitement. Zach, what do you think?
I'm just thinking about the comment you made, but then said you didn't say anything. So, looking forward to. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. I have more important things on my head than the Flash.
GKP, can we now say Dave Bautista is the best wrestler turned actor? No. He isn't using his name as a brand to get his butts into seats, but rather choose interesting projects to challenge him. John Cena after Peacemaker comes close to, and The Rock, as much as I like him, is just playing himself. That's not true. Watch Faster, watch Spade and Gain, watch Snitch. Curiously enough, Snitch. Well, no, Snitch is better than Faster. It's probably his most nuanced role, but Pain and Gain is amazing. And he's basically walking charisma. He is franchise Viagra. With the only time when he goes outside his comfort zone was in Pain and Gain. Probably no. There's 2 other movies where he goes outside his comfort zone. I'm not ready to say Batista is the best. Wrestler turned actor. I'm not ready to say that. I mean, these are the only good ones. Let's already reframe that. John Cena, Batista, and The Rock are the only good ones. Stone Cold Steve Austin isn't a good actor. Hulk Hogan certainly isn't a good actor. You know what? Macho Man Randy Savage from Spider-Man. When Tobey Maguire fights him in a cage, he was all right. He was fine. I like him in that. But yeah, those are the only. Well, Becky Lynch isn't bad either. I don't dislike Becky Lynch at all. But that's another conversation. I'm personally not ready to say he's the best wrestler turned actor, but clearly Zach is. So you think he's the best wrestler turned actor, Zach?
Yeah, I would. I think The Rock's really good. I think John Cena's, especially what he did with Peacemaker, but like Batista's performance in Blade Runner, just like that small little, I don't know, that really.
Oh, good shout, G.O.P. Roddy Piper. He's really good, but he doesn't have the vastness.
He didn't get the vastness.
But he is really good in the stuff he did make. So that's a good shout. Yeah. GKP, after Amsterdam and Babylon flopping at the box office, I've seen people say Margot Robbie is just box office poison, which is bullshit. Why do you think Babylon flopped? Babylon flopped because he didn't tell people what the movie was about.
And it's also 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's also 3 hours long, and it came out during the time where Avatar is crushing at the box office. Like, it just had all the odds stacked against it.
Babylon should have also came out at a film festival. I'll say that right now. Babylon should have been at a film festival.
That's true. It didn't come out because it wasn't ready.
And they should have done it limited, too. They should have done it limited and expanded it. They switched it and went wide all at once, and I don't think that was the smarter choice.
Yeah. I mean, but at the core of it is people didn't know what the movie was about. And what Zach and I were talking earlier today about Barbie and Oppenheimer. People see directed by Christopher Nolan, they're in. As much as directed by Damien Chazelle works for me, he's not a household name yet, unfortunately. I mean, he should be for my opinion, if that counts for something, you know. But he's not. He's just not. He's not even close to being that name, clearly. Yep. So to me, all the factors were against Babylon being a success. 3 hours doesn't tell the general audience what the movie is about. Came out during a week. Avatar had just come out. Avatar continues to crush it. It's going to continue to crush it, topping Megan at the box office. And Megan is the brandest new release that the internet is going wild over. But if anything, the bombing of Babylon, the over success of Avatar continues to show you Twitter and this little thing called the internet that we quote unquote live in is a bubble. It's not the real world. It doesn't give you a real perception of the general audience. And I was hooked from that first Babylon trailer. But if I ask anyone else, people weren't. They were like, that looks good, but I don't know what it is about. As soon, Zach, as I start describing that movie to people, they're like, oh, that's really good. And it stars Margot Robbie. And it stars Brad Pitt. Like, people get into it once they know what the movie is about, and they just didn't know what the movie was about. So, Yeah,
My fiance
it's
doesn't
more.
care to see the movie. She told me that. She goes, I don't get what the trailer's about. I showed her the trailer. She goes, I don't know what this is about.
You convince her to go see it. You go give more money to that movie at the box office.
I
Yeah.
try. She doesn't want to. So she said she'll wait till
Your
it's at home.
marriage is on the line.
I know. She
Your
wants to see the whale,
engagement is
though.
on the.
She wants to see the whale.
It's not as good as Babylon.
I don't think so either, but she wants to see that.
Yeah.
Can I take this next
All right.
question, the next one?
Sure, please.
Nathan asks, do you think Apple TV will consider giving Scorsese's Kill Over the Flower a proper theatrical release given the $200 million budget? I'm going to tell you right now. If you don't think Scorsese did not tell them that this is getting a theatrical release, you're insane. Like, it's going to do an Irishman type thing. But Apple don't give a fuck about making money because they poop out that amount of money.
Apple already does the theatrical thing better than Netflix.
They do. But they poop $200 million out every minute. So they don't care on making profit back. They literally, the reason they have
care,
Apple, they care, but the reason they have Apple TV is literally just so people have another reason to buy their shit. Like that's literally the reason. Like they do not make their, like, I'll tell you right now, they are not in the green on their movies and TV shows and their streaming service. They're losing money on the streaming service. But why does everything get renewed? Because they want content. They want things on there and they want to satisfy people. If Netflix isn't going to be able to do this, because the reason Netflix fails is because they only have one revenue stream. Apple and Amazon, they have countless ones. Like Warhammer, I'm not even worried about it not getting a second season or a third season or a fourth season or whatever the fuck they do.
Isn't that Amazon?
It's Amazon. So I'm just saying, like, okay. Amazon, I'm not worried about that. Apple's kind of the same way. I know they're always going to finish something out. It's very rare when they don't finish the show. Fucking C. Who the fuck watches C? I didn't.
I watched one episode and I liked it, but I never kept going.
That's how I was. I watched the first episode. I'm like, this is cool.
But it's got its 3 seasons.
Yeah. But, like, Servant has 4 or 5 seasons. Its final season's finally coming out. Exactly what M. Night Shyamalan would do. I was really into that show. I have not caught back up. So...
Me neither. I enjoyed the first season. I started episode 1 of the second, and then the week after, 2 weeks later, I was like, "Are you watching Servant?" Yeah, I forgot about the show. Oh well, and then just never went back.
Like Apple is gonna Killers of Flower Moon will do fine. They want that Oscar. Look at them; they're the first streaming service to get a fucking Oscar. They fucking won Best Picture.
Go.
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Gico EP. I saw The Fablemans. What is the film in this Oscar season you don't think deserves any of the accolades they've been hyped for?
Tar.
Or you don't love as much as everyone else?
Tar. Is yours Everything Everywhere?
It's probably Tar and Everything Everywhere. Like Tar, I give it to Kate Blanchett, but other than her, nothing. Other than that, Everything Everywhere. 1,000%, and I like Everything Everywhere is superior to Tar in every conceivable way, except performance.
No,
but yeah, those are the two. I kind of always hate my answers to these questions because it makes it sound like I don't like the movies, and that's not it. But yeah, those are the two for me.
Yeah.
Those are those the two for you, or is it just
not Everything? Everything's my best picture pick. I mean, Avatar.
Oh, I have another one. How can and
RRR. Yeah, I was about to say that's
RRR. I feel weird saying the name. It sounds weird. Rise, Roar, Revolt. Yeah, I don't. Not an awards contender.
I have one. But this doesn't mean I don't like the movie. I actually love this movie. But All Quiet on the Western Front. I think it's an excellent movie. But I mean international.
What is it being touted for? Visual effects and international. That's it.
Yeah.
Right?
I
think it.
Yeah.
I think it's a worthy contender. I think it should win international.
Yeah. Let's say Decision to Leave. I couldn't get through it. I didn't finish it, so I didn't do anything.
That one disappointed me only because I expect nothing short of.
Now this one's not award stuff, but there's like people pushing for it. After Sun. I wish I could. Dude, I do not like
1,000%. It's a nothing movie. It's a nothing movie.
Good. It's fine. Like, But you know what's
It's
funny?
watchable.
I can't stop thinking about it. Like, I want to go
Oh.
back. Like, I didn't.
What
Like,
is there to think about?
the montage at the end really got me.
I don't even remember it. I
Oh,
don't even
really?
remember
The
the montage.
montage got me.
I mean, if it's the one like it cuts between him looking at her walking away and him dancing in the club, like I guess sure, cool transitions, but
Yeah.
nothing. It's a
All right.
nothing movie. It's a movie where nothing happens and it elicits no emotion for me.
Yeah.
I'm just a
I get
blank,
it.
nothing face watching it. I
Uh,
sound angry. I
you
am
do.
angry because if
You are
that
angry.
gets awards contention, I'm like, why? It's a nothing movie. It's a perfectly middle of the road watch that I will never watch again and have no desire to. So I am angry. I am very angry. Nathan Holton, and let me check something. Uh, 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 uh. You son of a bitch.
You better answer that fucking question.
I will. I will. Penultimate question. Nathan Holton. Thoughts on Operation Fortune releasing in certain countries and leaking online? I was not aware that it had released in other countries or leaked online. It hasn't released here. You know what it released
Hasn't
here
really seen
last
it.
year? The last week of the year, Shotgun Wedding is in theaters.
Was it
I don't
good?
think I'm gonna. I haven't seen it. I was going to
Oh, I
see
thought
it.
you were
It
gonna
was
go
going to
see
be my
it.
final movie, but then I'll maybe watch it tomorrow, my final day here, and I'll be
Okay.
like,
It's
yeah,
not
that's
even
fine.
going in the theaters out here. It's only going
No,
streaming.
it's Amazon Prime. Same in the UK. In the UK, it's going to be Amazon Prime.
That's so fucking weird. That's so fucking
It
weird.
is.
It looks
It is.
fun. It looks fun. It looks stupid fun.
Yeah. Jennifer Coolidge winning a
Yeah.
shotgun. Fuck yes.
Remember Army Hammer was supposed to be the main character?
I do. I do.
Yeah.
Did you realize that Josh Duhamel is only 12 years younger than Jennifer Coolidge, who is playing his mother?
I did not.
Think on the implications of that.
That's funny.
Final question from Zach Poe. When will we get a room tour? Um, good question, because there's still just so much to. What's the word in English? Because I have a ton of stuff like lying around. There's just like
Shit.
figures falling to
You
the
can just
ground.
say shit.
No, it's not because like. So I'm looking at a station here, at a stand here, and I have some Star Wars figures on top of that, like displayed, and then some of them fell and are still knocked over on some boxes, like lying down, and I haven't put them up. And there's a ton of shit like that all over the room. So before the room tour, I need to get that done. So in the summer, when I come back and stay
Keeps
for longer
pushing
than
it back. He told us he was gonna do it. He keeps pushing
I know
this
I
shit
did, and
back.
I never actually shot it. But hear me out.
You're all good.
I'm committing right now because when I come back in the summer, I'm staying for longer than 3 weeks, probably. I usually do in the summer, right? Um, um, I'll arrange it, and now that I'm going to have a second camera, and I can use one of them remotely, it's much easier. Um, so I can walk around and then record the voice here on the microphone and all that. So it'll be much easier now with the second camera.
Okay.
Uh,
We're all
so
holding you to
and
it. If we don't have one
I'm
by September,
by
after you're
September.
back.
I'm probably not going to Venice this year, so most likely this summer I can get one done.
Okay.
I don't know how long it'll be. I don't know. I'll have to watch yours to get like the structure. Like, how do I start? Where do
Dude,
I go? Like, what is the transition?
I just walk around. I just go from one side of the room to the next.
Yeah. And see right behind me, this thing right here next to my bed. Those are all my wrestling figures. Hang on, I'm fucking up the.
I can kind of see it.
Those are all my wrestling figures. They're all like on a pile. Some of them are standing up because they have championships, and so I put them in the front. But like, how do I show that? Why would I show that? Is it? Oh, here's one. Here's Kurt Angle, everyone, Olympic gold medalist, won for the United States of America in 1996. But yeah. I'll get one done in summer somewhere somehow. I'll make it happen. And if I don't, keep bugging me about it until I make one.
Fair enough.
All right, everyone, that does it for this Week in Geek, the first episode of 2023, and the last one in this setting until the summer, at least. Because on Monday I'm flying back to London. So I got a short video coming either today or tomorrow. I got a very special review I'm excited for coming on Tuesday. Megan, something about Babylon, and we're just getting started on the year. So stay tuned for all the good things to come. From me, from Zach, thank you so much for joining us. And until next time, love each other and love the movie.